the Blues tonight, getting underway in just a couple of minutes. Don't forget, the McDonald's introducing the Australiano, made with McCafe coffee, chai, and a native Australian wattle seed. Right up Daisy's alley, that one. The old coffee from McDonald's. As I welcome Ash Chew with the Red Z Lending Stats. Very serious operation you've got going here tonight, Ash. What's going on?
Yeah, as per usual, Peter. Yes, all about the numbers in my field. But both Richmond and Carlton, they've been in very good form. They've both won 5 out of their past 6. But the positives for the Tigers, they're third in the AFL for goal scoring efficiency. And they're number 1 for set shots at 69%, which is 7 above the league average. Positive for the Blues, first in the AFL for contested board differential, opposed to last year, ranked 15th. And well done to Patrick Cripps, 150th game tonight, number 1 rated player at Carlton. And the last time against the Tigers, back in round 1, he was the number 1 rated player on the ground. And the past 7 matches against Richmond, he's racked up 32 disposals and polled 9 Brownlow votes.
Should Carlton win tonight and Paddy Cripps in his 150th game gets chaired off, I will spew.
You will spew?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'll vomit. Because
I think you're going to make an exception for some players, BT.
No, not for 150.
150 games at Carlton. I reckon he's won 10 of them. He's been there and been through a fair bit to win, to get some nourishment, some celebration. Usually I'd be with you.
The required 250
100
plus.
short, yes, I agree. But some instances and what he's done and the mark he's had on this football club, he's already a champion of it.
Tell you what, I'm excited for my 50th AFL game and AFLW game and getting chaired off after that. I can't wait to see how Brian reacts to that.
There'll be no cheering. I can assure
oh, come
you.
on, Brian. We only play 7 or 8 games a year.
That's the equivalent to 400.
Context, that's not bad.
That's
then.
7 seasons worth.
Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free. Instant cash back on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Michelin, Dunlop and many more. bobjane.com.au. Jay-Z, who's in, who's out, and what are the conditions like?
Yes, thank you, Brian. As you mentioned off the top, there was a brief shower early, so it is slippery down here at ground level. Hopefully the rain does stay away. The radar is saying it should be pretty clear, so fingers crossed. Josh Gibker's coming to the bench for the Tigers, so you think Noah Bolter will start back with Tom Lynch forward, Maurice Rioli the sub for the Tigers, and Lockie Fogarty the sub for Carlton. Sam Durden, what an opportunity. Straight out of Glenelg, played 1 VFL game last week, steps in for Caleb Marchbank to really bolster the Carlton defence. What an opportunity for the young man.
More rain coming, Jay-Z sucked in. Fogarty or Fogarty?
Fogarty.
Fogarty, right.
Get that into you too, Jay-Z.
That was a genuine question.
Yeah.
Fogarty it is, right.
Fogarty.
We are ready to go. Thursday night football, Tigers and the Blues. Slightly disappointing crowd.
Yep. Agreed.
But they do tend to, these night games come late, so let's hope the seats fill up. But umpire holds the ball aloft to Coney, ready to go. Big Nank. He has to contend with. Good bounce starts us. Nankervis with a hand in, little meatball. Prestia missed with his handball. Nunes out wide on the wing, tried to slide it into the hands of Hewitt. That didn't work as the rain falls. The socket ball ends up with Sard, and a good quick handball to Walsh. He's ripped in a tackle. Good early heat. Cochin's hands were clean. To centre half forward he goes. Ralph Smith. The ball couldn't land in his hands properly. Lambert with a little give, and then the left foot snap from Kane Lambert just misses. Near side, first score. A behind for the Tigers.
See that rain, which was a long time coming, according to you, Jay-Z. Is it raining yet?
Just a sprinkle, Brian. Nothing in it, really. Very light.
Very good. First score of the night to the Tigers at their beloved punt road end. Straight up the middle, Doherty goes. A low ball marked by the 150 game of the veteran. Cripps. Little handball wide to Walsh. Walsh with a beautiful kick to Silvani on the wing. He's told to go, took a step forward, so the handball comes back over the top. Loopy one to Walsh on his non-preferred left side. Won't be a mark down the field there to Durden. It'll be knocked over the line, out of bounds, in fact, and half forward. Carlton kicking to the city end in this light rain in the first quarter.
Just having a look out there at young Sam Durden. Got the job on the Richmond champ in Rewalt. Lewis Young making his way across to Tom Lynch.
Ball in, 50 out from the Carlton city end goal. Nankervis. Prestia again. And around the body, and there is Sam Durden with a nice defensive act on Revolt, but Bolton's able to slide a rolling torpy forward. Lynch and Sard. Lynch tries to arc away from Sard and then slapped him in the mush. And Lynch goes for a centering ball that goes nowhere. He's able to come in. Bolton picked it off to Rioli. Pickett now There we are. Marlon Pickett's got the first for the Tigers. And Saad, dead set, gave up on the play and is still down on the haunches. 1-1 to no score. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
I'm going to say that Adam Saad's most probably got a poke in the eye from Tom Lynch. Completely accidental, but he did not move. He's clutching at the eye. He looks in a fair bit of trouble, actually, now that the doctor's out with him, or the physio, sorry. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes straight off, as he looks like he's jogging to the bench now. But lovely left foot finish by Marlon Pickett on the run. Snapped around the body. Not easy to do at any time, let alone when there's a fair bit of rain falling at the moment. And we see on the Harvey Norman replay, it was a thumb straight to the eye of Adam Saad as Tom Lynch was reaching out trying to grab him.
Nothing worse as he comes to the bench, Jay-Z.
Yeah, coming off now. It looks like there might be a little bit of blood too out of the corner of that right eye. In fact, there is. So he's just with the doctors now. Looks in a fair bit of discomfort, Brian.
Boy, his eyeball might have popped out, Jay-Z. Keep an eye on that. Little one from Cripps out the back door to Walsh. Walsh with a high footy. Grimes in front will fly. Big pack of players crunched open. They all went to ground. And now the handball by Baker deliberately along the ground to Broad. Broad's able to save the day deep in the last line of defence. Pickett cleared the path for Daniel Rioli but forgot the ball. Cottrell was there. Beautiful smother off the boot by Baker and goes over the line and out of bounds. We'll throw it in deep in the attacking 50 for the Blues at the City end of the ground. They're trailed by 7 points.
His teammates appreciated that smother. It was full team appreciation. Ball in 50 from home. De Koning to the front. Prestia again with a clearance. Doherty taken in the Bolton tackle and then eased into the ground. Got it to the back and Cottrell. Nank ripped him and gave him a little temporary drawing. And we're going to have a ball up about 70 from home. Blues haven't scored. And they are heading to the right of your radio dial here at the mighty Coliseum, the MCG. Lambert off the ground. Prestia again getting plenty of it. Wobbles it forward, but read best by Young, who takes the relieving mark on the wing for the Blues.
Right on the logo. Young, just a short little kick. Walsh has had 3 already, I think, Ash.
4, actually.
Okay, then. Don't get too picky over one stat. Here is Cripps. He might have had 4. Long, driving, high football to the pack once again. No winner in the air. Grimes now under immediate Mackay pressure, who wrapped him up in a ripping tackle, plunging him to the ground. And we'll have a ball up forward pocket here for the Blues. Umpire Nathan Williamson here tonight. One of the young gun in the umpiring department. Nankervis, clever tap to Baker. Baker, a clearing ball, got it outside 50, over the head of Plowman. Now Ralph Smith is there, tried to keep it alive. That's out of bounds, umpire. That was out of bounds. It surely was out of bounds. Ralph Smith kicked it off the instep, horrible. Goes to Young. He didn't know anyone was behind him. Jack Rewalt got him in a tackle. He did sneak up on him, as Dennis would say, like a librarian.
Yes. 2 kicks from home here, Jack Rewalt. And he kicks a low penetrating ball inside 50. Durden comes at it nicely. Sammy Durden, the former Kangaroo, and takes a nice relieving mark. A bit different to playing for Glenelg in the Sandful, not demeaning that competition or place, but
no, completely different it would be, JB. The old straight wings down there, not a ground like this there with 75,000. Correct. A nice confidence booster for the young man too. Good positioning, wet footy, good enough to take it in the hands as well.
To Cripps. Cripps draws a crowd and gets upended. And that's holding the ball. Marlon Pickett just absolutely body planted him. Short now with a left foot high one inside 50. Durden again having to spoil. Ground level Doherty. Bolton as well. Off the ground Bolton. Tigers got their second. Maybe you can have a look at it.
Where's goal? I want to make sure it wasn't touched off the boot.
So, score review. Umpire says it was a goal.
Please check the ball wasn't touched.
Review underway.
What do you think, Bristle?
Oh, gee, it looks
pretty touched.
It looked like it might have been touched.
Always tough, these ones, because as the player, you're not sure whether you've got ball or boot. But looking at the replay there, it looks like he's got both, but ball being first after it has hit the boot of Bolton.
Players are all zoning for a kick in, so
simultaneous boot on ball, touch the same time. Hard to tell whether it left the boot.
I guess the difficult one for this is that the umpire has called it a goal, so is there sufficient evidence to overturn that?
Looking at these angles, there is insufficient evidence to say whether the ball was touched or not. Decision on the scoreboard.
There it is. Second of the night for the Tigers. Just waiting on the scoreboard, and there it is. Umpire's call is a goal. 2-1-13. Blues haven't scored. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Well, the good signs for the Tigs early is their elite pressure. They've been fantastic in and around the contest. The concerns for the Blues, that's 2 forward forays that the Tigs have had, and both times the ball's gotten out the back. So in wet conditions like this, you need to have someone that's staying down and providing some sort of coverage. On that occasion, Plowman, Young and Durden were all up in the contest, ball spilling out the back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kate, go.
No, you're right. The impressive part for me, Days, is that pressure from Richmond. We saw a really good tackle from Rewalt and then a huge tackle on Paddy Cripps from Marlon Pickett.
Bob Jane, T-March, Jay-Z.
Adam Sard copped that poke in the eye. Just told the doctor he's good to go. So he can't open the eye the full way, and it does look a little bit bloodshot. So he's in some discomfort, but expect him to come back on.
So he's going to play with one eye, Jay-Z?
Yes.
Gee, goodness gracious me. Have you ever heard of that? Here goes short with a long driving ball down there towards Lynch. Couldn't mark it, got spun out the back door here. And it's Durden again, was able to pick it up to Plowman. Plowman, a short, low ball out wide looking for Noons. Missed him. Prestia got on the end of it, gave it to Lambert, been prominent early. He was slung in the tackle. Ball ricocheted out the back door. Kennedy had trouble picking it up. In the end, it spills to Walsh. Walsh gets it back off to Noons. Noons sends it up towards the edge of the centre square on centre wing, southern stand side. Silvani went past the footy. Free kick, it'll go the way here of Silvani, just back to the wing.
Ball handling issues, the Blues. Tigers much cleaner. Walsh has been good. Sideways to Newman. Back into the middle. Plowman. Forward handball, Walsh. Centre square, he goes inside 50, and Big Nank able to pick that off very easily. Dropped back into the hole, took an uncontested mark, and then sideways to Gibcus. Short, off half-back here for the Tigers. Penetrating ball is wide. Trying to find Clark out the full.
Gosh, there looks to be a lot of space for the Tigers. We've seen the first couple go behind and out the back for Carlton. They're defending very shallow at the moment, and that transition run from the forwards, the likes of Lynch and Rewald, is getting them.
Boyd, short kick, bounced off the chest of Cripps. Got it back to Boyd. On the left boot around the corner, good looking ball inside 50, and the mark's been paid. Baker couldn't defend Owies, and Owies has taken the mark almost within range, despite that rain that's falling at the moment. He'll kick from just inside the 50.
Really good jukes it was. It was a bit of a haphazard kick going inside forward 50, but on these sort of nights, wet drizzly, you've got to be playing in front as a small forward first to react. He was good enough to do that and then take it in the jukes.
A lot of rain falling. Owies from 50 metres out will fall a little bit short on the line. Mackay's there. Not through. Carlton's first score coming 10 minutes in. One behind. The Tigers 2-1-13.
So Jay-Z saying no more rain.
Yeah.
It's monsoonal.
Yeah.
It is teeming down.
Don't think we'll see any tonight, he said.
So they're starting to walk the aisle. So strong is it? As in front, Young, at the back, Lynch. On the wing, the ball. Pickett tried to go through, missed it. O'Brien didn't. Left foots it back inside 50. Mackay, I thought might have been held. He's front and centre. And he is bundled over by Baker. And the ball's out of play about 25-30 around from the Blues goal.
Triple M Red Z, Blues number 1 for contested ball differential. Tonight, though, Tigers 15, Carlton 8.
Astua with all the Red Z lending stats. Boundary throw in, forward 50 here for the Blues. Cripps trying to get on the end of it. Prestia got in and under him, then tapped the ball on. O'Brien had a little bit of a fumble, got it the second go though, handballed it straight to Broad. He went through the pack and then with the right foot sliding banana, Edwards dropped the chest mark. Little Soccer was clever. Lambert Soccer himself was also clever, but he got caught in the tackle before he could get it away. Two hard nuts, Pickett there and Kennedy. Kennedy wins out, got it to O'Brien. O'Brien handball back in here to Walsh. Walsh a high ball, pack of players. Kerno's there in front, couldn't mark. Mackay at the back. Plenty of Tiger players as well. Picked up by Grimes. He kicks it out of the danger zone, but sticks it down the throat of Walsh, who's been electric so far in this game, Ash.
This will be disposal number 10.
Wow, 10 in how long? 10 in 11 minutes. That's unbelievable. What's the going world record for minutes and possession?
Well, he'd be tracking about 120 to be precise if he keeps going this way.
I didn't want the end result. I was just wondering whether there was any competition to this point. Here is Walsh, comes in, misses to the left-hand side, and a minor score. 2 behind Carlton, 2-1-13. Now the Tigers on the Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. Tackle your tax time with game-changing deals at Bunnings Trade.
Clostone to bring the footy back in for the Tigers. Sideways one to Broad in the pocket, wants to take Mackay on and then hoist a high one out of there. Lynch had a bit of his jumper held. Ralph Smith was taken out of it. Sard confronted by Lambert. Durden inside 50 ball. Curnow just went through the fingers. Tarrant at the back able to pick it off, and he sticks it out wide. Good ball too for Judson Clark.
Clark plays on the left foot inside. Beautiful ball, finds Graham. Graham on the run, ran the full journey and then swiping long kick to Lynch inside 50. He'll get a free. He was held on to by Young. The free will take place 25 metres out on a slight angle. It'll go to Lynch.
His arms like here.
And that's Nathan Williamson, the umpire, explaining to Young.
Right arm, the second arm. Your right arm. The left one.
Right arm holding, and he is absolutely 100% correct.
Harvey Norman replay. There was a bit of a panic there, wasn't it, from Young? He had Doherty back there for support as well, so just needed to engage him without giving away a free kick. Would have got the help in these conditions. You can't be giving away easy free kicks like that.
22-13 this year in the set shot variety. This one's 25-metre kick, a little bit of angle about it. It is raining heavily. Big kick if he can get it through, and he can, no problems. Tigers get their third. 3-1-19. Fast starting Richmond here over the Blues, 2 behinds on the Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Yeah, just their want to use the far side of the ground and really open this game up. Richmond, you can see every time they've got it in their back half, they've just made the ground as wide as they can. And then their forwards are just running back to goal, and as a result, they're just getting out the back. A lot of space at the moment for the Richmond forwards, and really good transition play.
Pretty disappointing defence from the Blues. They had +2 when that ball was going inside forward 50. So the inability to swivel the head and see the man breaking. It was a hack kick out to the open side by Tarrant. All you have to do on that occasion, and it was young Durden, is just hold the outside position. They've got nowhere to go. You'll be the first person to react and then win it back. He didn't do that. He let the releasing kick find a Richmond man, and from there that defence was scrambling.
Jay-Z.
Behind play, Robbie Tarrant. The doctor just went out to him for some treatment on his finger. Might have a dislocated finger, sore hand.
Silvani out of the middle. Kennedy. Nunes can get it at half forward. Gets around. Handball to Cripps. Now it misses Walsh. Kennedy gets absolutely thrown out of there. McIntosh able to pick it off and steers it towards the broadcast side. That ball will go over in front of Boyd and also Clark.
That clearance there, just Carlton's second for the match. Richmond have had 6. Carlton are ranked number 2 for that stat so far this season.
3-1-19 to 2 points. It's a 17-point lead here for the Tigers. Bolter with one off the deck or out of mid-air, and it worked to Clark for the Tigers. And he's called to go. Nice looking left footer, goes for a long ball down the line. Big thumping fist from Young. Boyd comes across and gets taken high, I reckon. And will receive a free kick as Silvani didn't like Noah Bolter. Still doesn't.
No, Noah Bolter wants to go on with it as well. Number 21, there's something about that. Neil Baum had that jumper as well, JB. Yep. He throttled a few.
He did.
Now the ball's at ground level. The boy from Pinjarra, McIntosh, got bowled over, picked up by Durden. This is Corey. Slides it down the line here. Mackay takes his first mark of the game in front of Tarrant. Immediately plays on. Charlie Curnow one-on-one with Grimes. Grimes did well to knock the ball down. Trying to keep it rolling forward was Gibcus. Come out wide here, and now they pick it up once again. They're going to reload and go again. They do through Hewitt. Hewitt a driving ball. Curnow with a one-hander. Couldn't quite reel it in. He very nearly did. Fisher's in there. Nunes is there as well. So is Martin. But in the end, Cotchin with a clearing kick.
Straight to Silvani. O'Brien got in his own teammate's way. Silvani went back and found it. Hewitt now, back inside 50 Blues. Wobbling ball, Nunes. Nice chest mark, 40 from home.
Well, I think so far you could all agree that Richmond have played the conditions a lot better. The Blues still looking for perfect football, looking for perfect entries. Hasn't been the case. The conditions on that occasion played in the Blues' favour. It was a bit of an inside mung hack kick. Nunes in front, the beneficiary. Yeah,
their smalls are playing in front for the Blues, so they're reading it well and playing in front of their defender, which is giving them these opportunities.
Set shot for Jack Nunes. And that's going left as well. Missed a couple of real gettable ones, the Blues. 3 behinds they are. The Tigers are 3-1-19, Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Jay-Z, you're all over Tarrant. You're right there with him. What's the go?
Yeah, he's just got the doctor's attention and gone down into the change rooms. He was pointing to his wrist. Don't know whether there's a fracture concern. He's got a sore right wrist. Down the doctor's rooms now.
Robbie Tarrant we speak of. Jay-Z all over that at ground level. Ball goes over the back, and now Newman's got to go back and get it for the Blues. Ralph Smith, little handball back inside and goes over the line out of bounds. We heard today that his dad, who used to play at Hawthorn, JB, Ralph Smith, hard as a cat's head. One of those guys that never could switch off and was always full throttle at training, and concussed the chief, Jason Dunstall.
On the track.
And Alan Jeans sent Ralph Smith off, said never come back here again after concussing the chieftain. Silvani's got the free here at half back from that stoppage contest.
Start of a journey for the chief that ended in the diving bell.
Yeah, it did. It was the very early glimpses of the diving bell. High football out wide. Grimes with the big punch over the top. Hits the deck here. Looking for and trying to pick it up was Noah Bolter. Struggled, so he just socketed it off the ground. Gained good ground too. 35 metres towards Lynch. Over the line out of bounds. 19 plays 3. Tigers in front. 18 minutes played first quarter.
Likes that vision being shown too, the chief, of the full diving bell.
He was a deep sea diver, there's no doubt about that.
Embarrassing photo.
Didn't have to decompress at all.
For a Hall of Famer, it's the one that gets shown most as Silvani back of the fist, and Fisher coughed it up. Cochin's been good, nice and clean. Round the body, almost Plowman. The free kick has been paid to Plowman, might have been held. So half back, and he's got Durden sideways. Sam Durden goes there. And he takes it. Got a couple coming at him. O'Brien, one of them. The ball to O'Brien gets slapped away from him by McIntosh. And we're out. So 3-1-19 Richmond. 3 behinds Blues. And a ball in. Wing half forward for the Tigers going to the punt road end as the rain has eased a little. Silvani almost to the front. Bolter tried to slap it out of there. O'Brien. Left foot, long one. To a 1v2 involving Harry Mackay. And he's pinged for a hold on Gibcus.
Yeah, Gibcus hits in half back here. Surprisingly goes backwards to find Baker, and he had good ground position at centre half back. Now Baker tries to head forward, but his kick is not great to Daniel Rioli. Goes over the line out of bounds. True centre wing on the southern stand side of the ground here. Reasonable crowd in tonight. Certainly not what they would have expected in the high 70s, but probably in the 50s. We have a boundary throw in centre wing out where the big freeze 8 slide was last week. Knocked down here by Bolter. Comes to Hewitt, caught in the tackle. Balled up again. So 3-1-19 Richmond. Carlton have just kicked the 3 behinds here. Cripps, game 150, gave it to Noons. End over end ball down towards Owies and Baker. Baker takes the front position. Then he ran away with the footy as well, Baker. Driving kick on the head of Rewalt. Off hands it comes. Good tackle by Rewalt. And he'll win the free here at half forward for the Tigers.
What's that umpire's name? He looks like one of the pilots you don't know out of Top Gun.
Nathan Williamson.
You know, there's about 5 of them that hang around but never get a name or any screen time. That is what he looks like. You've seen the new Maverick, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Oh, have you seen it?
Nothing but good reports, JB.
Unbelievably good. 19 plays 3. Tigers in the lead and got some nice control in this game. In a forward 50 stoppage.
Couldn't find it anywhere on 7 last night. I looked. Couldn't.
No, you got to go to the movies for that one, Brian. Thank you, Brian. To the back to Koning. Sard walks through. Gave it to O'Brien, who went by hand to Cripps. They cough it up. Fisher slides in to try and win the footy back for the Blues and can't. Then he slapped it into the path of Hewitt. O'Brien always wants his left side. Got it to Cripps. The handball to Newman. Back to Cripps. They've got to half forward almost by hand. Fisher picks it up. Gave it to Newns. Newns floats it inside 50. Mackay at the front. Now O'Brien on the left. Dribbles it towards Martin. But it's too hot for him and it's through for a behind. They're 4th. 4 behinds.
It worked out for Carlton on that occasion, but too many handballs at the moment with such dewy weather. Obviously, we've had a fair bit of rain falling. There's probably some more on the way. So if they want to get the ball forward, they've just got to do it by foot rather than trying to overuse these handballs.
Super special comments. Kate McCarthy with us on Triple M Football. Kick in towards Rewalt. Should have marked it, had a second go at it, picked it up off the deck, spun out of trouble. Got the little handball off to Bolter. He gets around one, lets the gas go. Right foot snap, right to the square, and it's been marked by the man with one eye, Sard. Sard has taken the mark and plays off immediately from full-back.
Long left foot ball. Easy for Broad. Martin had run under the footy. Broad half forward here for the Tigers. Probably wing half forward, and he dumps it back to short. No one on the mark, so he goes with a high one. In comes Nankervis from the side. Sard having to defend again. Edwards pursuing him, and now some room for Sard. He has a couple of bounces and pounds a left foot ball to Fisher on the wing.
What a kick it was from Sard. I'm not sure whether it was deliberate. It was inch perfect for Fisher. Fisher's ball's a little low for Curnow. He had to go down with the bucket hands, couldn't run it in. Prestia got the handball off here to Pickett. A driving ball inside 50. 4 deep, Bolter almost clunked it as well. Young, Bolton off the front of the pack. Right foot snap from the boundary line. Got it to the top of the square. Newman marks in defence for the Blues and slows things down a little.
Cottrell.
Stand.
About 20 out from the goal they're defending. At the punt road end, sticks it out wide, nicely finds Plowman.
Stand.
Right under the Shane Warne sign of the Great Southern Stand, as it used to be. Plowman gets around, and then a long one. Looking for De Koning, couldn't hang on. Hewitt, Cottrell. They coughed it up at ground level. Big Nank slapped it to Pickett. And Pickett just sits a high drop punt in the Bolton and Plowman direction. Tough night for marking the ball. Almost Baker. Goes back and finds it at ground level. Slapped it inside 50. Nunes did well to get it back to Young and might have drawn a free kick. No, he's given away a free kick.
Contact below the knees, it'll be sliding in. Noah Bolter played it pretty well. He came in and made sure the contact actually hit him, then folded up over the top.
Hot Deal store wide on now at Harvey Norman's. Shop in store or online. Not sure what else Nunes could have done.
No, he was already in the motion of sliding, and Noah Bolter was the one that came in and made sure the contact was made.
So, Noah Bolter to kick the Tigers fourth if he can be accurate. Tough shot anyway, but especially on a wet night. Kick on the way, is not going to get there. De Koning slaps it over the line for a behind. So 3-2-20, plays 4 behinds Carlton on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. JC.
JB, Patrick Cripps and Sam Doherty both spent a long time on the phone to the Carlton coaching box, so you get the sense that Michael Voss not happy with the style and wanting a recalibration from his 2 leaders.
I wonder whether they just wanted to slow down a little bit. Their pace is almost equaling the Tigers. They just keep on going. And here they go again. Cottrell's got the ball on the wing. Dashing run from centre wing. Kicks it inside 50. 2-on-1. Richmond's way. Gibcus marks uncontested. Some protection of the back by Flostone, which was impressive. And Gibcus just now sliding a little ball sideways. 3 minutes remaining in the quarter here, Dave.
I think that recalibration will be about the +1 positioning from the Blues. So Flostone's been the +1 for the Tigs. He's been the deepest, the complete anchor out the back. Whereas the Blues have had Sard and Newman. They've been about 30 metres off that initial contest, getting bypassed a lot when the Tigers are in transition.
Yeah, especially the speed that the Tigers are putting on the ball, getting it out wide and transitioning super quickly. No point in having your spare about 30 metres up from that. It's just going to go straight past them.
Kate McCarthy, Daisy Thomas, Seabus. Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Tigers to half forward. Young came off his man, did pretty well. Handballed it back to Boyd. And then all the way back to Newman, who thumps it straight back in the De Koning direction. It's easily belted away from him.
Triple M Reds there. Charlie Curnow, he's only been held goalless once this year. That was round 1 against the Tigers. Currently, he's statless.
Just already going after a goalless game. We're still in the first quarter.
Savage in the back row.
That is
He's just savage.
Wet night.
Going in.
Not a lot of ball forward, and yet Ash has just picked him off. Ash very happy because Huey, his other stats man's ill at home, and
opened a package apparently, JB, that was sent from Ash Chua.
the smile on his face, Ash. It's become personal.
That's some bad red rooster.
Anthrax, is that what you said?
Move it on. Play on.
Boy.
Yours.
A big hello to Ewan
Play on.
and welcome when we see you back. Look forward to Martin over the top here. Not a big sharer, Huey. A little kick sideways here now. Opportunity marked by Broad. Broad over the top. All of this happening at half-back and finds Flostone. Flostone and half-back. Good ball. Searching ball to Edwards. Should get there on the wing. He's got a little bit of pressure from Plowman. Kept it alive for Ralph Smith. Intelligent play. He gave it to Lambert. Lambert back to Ralph Smith. Avoids the one-eye operator inside. Now a charging high ball down there towards Bolter. Couldn't mark the foot. He spills the ground, picked up by Bolton. Lightning handball to Edwards. Edwards a well-placed ball inside, but Young's there. Couldn't mark it. Might have been Durden. In fact, it was. Missed the mark, and there's the other Durden. That's Corey. Muscled up the handball, and now Walsh and Young involved.
Young's just got to hope that he can find a jumper. He didn't. It was an easy fist away. Now Plowman just inside the Tigers forward 50 has a fumble. So much cleaner, the Tigers. Cripps off the deck, dribbles it down the wing, gets through a couple of sets of hands. There's Durden with his head over it. Martin taken in a tackle. It was Corey Durden, and now Martin taken high by Rioli. So 30 seconds left. 16-point lead to Richmond. Have kicked 3 goals. The Blues have not kicked a goal. Easy one there for Broad to take the breadbasket mark with 19 seconds left.
And all the players on the bench telling him to just slow it down. There's not long left. Quarter of a minute remaining. Giuseppe Mamone holding up the 30-second sign, which is now, well, it's not 30. Here's Bolter. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. Doesn't get the free. It'll go the Blues' way, so there'll be no further scoring in the quarter here. Been a good one from the Tigers. They kicked 3 goals in it. Richmond 3-2, 20 at quarter time. The Blues no goals, 4 behinds. 28 and a half minutes that first term on the Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M rocks quarter time footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Tackle your tax time with game-changing deals at Bunnings Trade.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery is available in select locations.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Every footy season throws up big stories.
Would you prefer we did the big break story at Melbourne or Nathan Car Park?
Car park is number one.
Stories that can derail a team.
Yes.
Coming apart, fighting.
But good teams face the issues head on.
You're lying, Nathan. Hey? We want to understand why you're lying.
I'm not lying.
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from 6 for the Saints and Bombers. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
2 succulent beef patties, crunchy lettuce, tangy pickles and onion. All oozing with special sauce. The Big Mac. It's the burger equivalent of a mic drop. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Attention all Virgin Australia business flyers. With additional discounts on great value fares, you can bring on closing the deal face to face. Apply today at virginaustralia.com/business flyer and bring on better business flying. T's and C's and exclusions apply.
Once a year, there's a word you can read but can't quite pronounce.
EFI?
E-offie? E-fi? It's EOFI. And this end of financial year, it's easier to just say eBay. eBay is bringing excitement to your EOFI with all the best deals in one place. There's millions of items on sale, and eBay Plus members save even more. Visit ebay.com.au to shop eBay's end of financial year sale today. T's and C's apply.
Selling your car? Here's my hot tip. Sell where the buyers are. On Gumtree Cars. With access to 6 million monthly Gumtree users, plus Gumtree Cars instant car valuation, it really is a no-brainer. GumtreeCars.com.au.
What the truck? New Furphy Crisp Lager is now available. An unbelievably easy drinking beer perfect for cracking open with mates. Anytime, anywhere. While you sit back and tell a couple of Furphies of your own. Unbelievable.
Still got your eye on the new Evo? Yep, I've been raking it in recently, so I'll get there soon. Oh yeah, big flex. Yep, I found the ultimate sidekick. I work when I want, play whatever music I want, and all I need is my van and smartphone. You're a DJ now. Nah, I'm an Amazon Flex delivery partner. I can pick up a block of 8 hours, deliver packages, and get paid weekly. Sign me up. DIY, mate, at flex.amazon.com.au/vans.
At CMI Hino, we're the experts in Hino trucks. So when it comes to finding the right genuine part for your truck, trust our team to steer you in the right direction. CMIHinoMelbourne.com.au.
The Lowdown.
Around town. There's so much happening in the city right now, like fireside street food at the Winter Night Market. Get to the city or get FOMO. Search FOMO Melbourne to find out what's on.
The Lowdown.
With tax time approaching, it's time to take advantage of the federal government's instant asset write-off. It's also a great time to speak to Toyota about a new forklift for your business. Check out their huge range of quality Toyota forklifts, pallet jacks, walkie stackers, reach forklifts and more. With legendary reliability and safety, plus cleaner, greener electric options. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Terms and conditions apply.
Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Richmond by 16 points over the Blues here at quarter time. 3-2-20 Blues, 0-4-4 Ash. We've got the Red Z lending stats, of course. What do you got for us?
Yeah, Dion Presti, 11 disposals, but most number of contested ball at 7, as well as the most number of clearances with 4.
Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, you get 1 free, instant cash back on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Mitchell and Dunlop and many more. bobjane.com.au. Big hello to Rodney Jane down there at Lawn as we welcome you again, Jay-Z.
BT, just watching the Carlton captain, Patrick Cripps, very animated with his midfield group there at quarter time. Very vocal. They're losing the clearance battle by 4. He was straight into them before the coach Michael Voss got to them. I tell you what, Damien Hardwick could be happy with the style of play that Richmond's playing at the moment. It's a wet weather game, 61 kicks, 26 handballs. The coach saying he's been happy with the Richmond DNA in recent weeks, and tonight it's get it on the boot and get it forward.
Thank you, Jay-Z. Days and Kate, take it away.
Yeah, well, that's been the story of the match so far. Richmond's ability to play the conditions better. Carlton have been looking for the perfect play. Lots of overuse by hand. Still trying to bite off audacious kicks through the corridor. And what you do when you take these options and from the start of the game is you thin your representation down the line, and that's where the Tigers have been dining out. So I'd love to see the Blues to get a bit more balance in their play, take the conditions, maybe go back to a bit more predictable, take territory, get better representation like the Tigers have done to them in that first quarter.
Yeah, and one thing that the Tigers have done better than the Blues is just that positioning of their intercept defender. Vlosten and Broader, basically the two that are playing it for Richmond, and they're sitting deepest, being able to read the ball coming in and adjust their position accordingly, whereas on the other hand you've got Carlton, which have had Durden at times but Sard most of the quarter. He's just been sitting a little bit too high, and Richmond have been using their legs and kicking to get it over the back of him, so he's basically been completely ineffective from an intercept possession point of view.
Just while we're saying hello, Bristol, hello to my brother Robert, who's down in Bridgetown in Western Australia, mad Richmond bogan, and very passionately listening to the Triple M call on a Thursday night.
He lives in Bridgetown.
It'd be cold down there.
Oh, boy.
Real cold.
Strange place to live.
No, he loves it. He works on the lithium mine just around the corner.
No, he's responsible for my batteries.
That's it, Brian. And absolutely loves his Tigers. As down the throat goes Nank of Pickett. He gets very well tackled by Cripps. And the ball will be thrown up centre of the MCG. 3-2-20 if you're just joining us, Richmond. 4 behinds Carlton. Early stages, second term. De Koning, Nankervis, Kennedy. Little inching kick forward, and then Flostone goes off the ground with good penetration to half forward. Good Mark Lynch just outside 50. Goes long. In search of Bolter, who lost Durden. Then couldn't hang on. And Doherty's got to dribble one out in the path of Young.
He does. Young picks it up cleanly, gives it to Walsh. Walsh goes backwards, and now Boyd bangs it on the boot, kicked it up towards halfback. Free kick here will go the way of the Blues at halfback, and they take the advantage through Cripps. He gives it off to the left foot of Fisher. He just closes it down and goes backwards to Martin. Retreats. And Martin marks at halfback, right in front of the MCC members. Blues in this second quarter, kicking to the punt road end. The ball inside, looking for Kennedy, didn't find him. Doherty there as well. Neither of them could get it. In the end, the Tigers raffle it around and sling it around as well. McIntosh with a neat ball to Rioli. That's Dan. Gave it onto the run of Pickett. Pickett goes the low ball, looking for Lynch. Missed him. Wasn't a great kick. Trying to knock it on there, Ralph Smith. couldn't get hold of it. Pickett charged at the footy, ducked in under the tackle of Young, and the ball is pinned, and we'll have a ball up attacking 50 for the Tigers.
Again, we see that kick coming from Martin there, choosing to go for a dart through the corridor. That's the turnover. You cannot defend that. Need to play the percentages long down the line.
Love the way that's being officiated now, Brian. If you pick up the ball and lead with your head, no free. It's good. Short bounces it inside 50. Durden went without it. Saad's got to come back. Soccer off the ground. Cottrell came back to give him a hand at half-back. Puts on the Jets, and then a thumping ball down the line looking for Silvani. Just has to spoil away from Floston. And out of play, out of side. Not only is it skunky behaviour, but it's also dangerous. And we need to get it out of the game.
Yeah, it's not good leading with your head. You're going to end up in trouble if you're doing that. Not to be encouraged. Silvani did well to them to get it to the boundary. Allow the troops to get down and get to this stoppage. Hodgson took it away, front of the stoppage, kicked in there to Bolton. Couldn't get it over the back. Boyd tried to spoil, but infringement. Kick goes forward in the meantime, and Bolter has marked directly in front of goal, 30 metres out.
Bolter playing a lot of this game in the forward line. We saw him have a shot at goal late in the first quarter, and obviously spending a fair bit of time forward now in this second quarter as well.
So Bolter will line up. He couldn't be any more directly in front than he is at the City end. Man on the marks at precisely 30. Bolter, we know, distance never a problem. He is a very, very good kick. Long run up though, I will say. Kicks it straight, good connection. Bolter gets his first of the game, and they have got 4 unanswered goals here, the Tigers, early in the second. 4-2-26. And the Blues 4 behind on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, Jay-Z was speaking about the message Paddy Cripps was giving to his Chargers down there at quarter time. 13-6 the clearance numbers already in this game. They need to get harder and tougher in there. As a result of that, they're having to send Fisher as a forward up in and around the ball-ups and the throw-ins to try and get on top in that area. But as we've spoken about, Richmond love having that +1 behind the ball. Vlosten's his direct opponent. They don't have to manufacture a +1, they're just getting it. And from that facet, they're just playing, spreading the ground, looking right on top here, the Tigs.
And it's an area of their game that they've built so much of their attack and really their game plan on this whole year is winning those clearances. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they can make now that they're not winning that.
Walsh went and found it. Beautiful handball to Nunes on the wing. Wobbles it inside 50. Curnow hasn't seen a lot of pill. Grimes thumped it cleverly away from him. Short came in and we'll see it over the line. So it is a ball in, wing half forward for Carlton going to the punt road end, and they need a goal. Trail by 22 points. And have not kicked a goal so far in this game. 4-2 to 4 behinds. De Koning, Nankervis. Walsh has been very good. Kennedy a fumble. And happily allows the footy to roll out of play.
It looks like it's drying up a bit down there, Jay-Z.
Yeah, it has stopped for about the past 10 or 15 minutes, Brian. Good news for me down here.
It is indeed. It's looking much more playable all of a sudden. Boundary throw in right in front of the Richmond bench. Nankervis to Koning. Out the back it came to Doherty. Got an inching underneath ball, travelled 20 metres. Good mark taken by Broad at centre half back. Peels off the handball to Prestia. Prestia goes very, very wide, and now Rioli. Slithering ball out there wide. Saad did well to cut off the Edwards-bound ball, and then push him out of the way and then win the footy. Well done, Saad. Short kick to Silvani. He marks it right on the Toyota logo. Kick back inside to Kennedy. The overlap run from Walsh, impressive. Walsh now with a driving long ball. Curnow caught behind. Grimes marks in front.
Outstanding work there by Grimes. Curnow had the better positioning, but just by initiating the contact as the defender, he was able to take the proactive in front position and get the intercept mark.
McIntosh, the recipient of that drop punt that travelled about 18 metres. And he does exactly the same thing to Gibcus, slightly further afield. Out of side. Half back here for the Tigers. Impressive young defender, Gibcus. Long one. De Koning in front. Lynch, a big climb. Bolton tried to step over the top. And a ball up.
Gibcus looks light on his feet, doesn't he? Really light on his feet, really athletic.
Reads it well coming in. Just playing his 11th game. Has taken to this caper beautifully. McIntosh forward. Short. Rolling ball inside 50, and Lynch stands under it, takes a very good mark.
Got anything for us, Ash?
Yeah, Sam Walsh, 15 disposals, but those forwards for the Blues, BT, Mackay, just the 2, and Curnow still statless.
Ash.
15 gone. 15 gone. Him in the sights, don't you?
No, it's not personal.
No, it sounds like it.
Made it personal. Lynch.
What he's done. I thought he's had a great year.
From outside 50, you'll have to kick to the City end. As Cripps comes to the line with Martin. Lynch. Drop punt on the way. Loves it. Absolutely loves it. He's got a couple. And the Tigers starting to make a bit of a mess of the Blues. 5-2, 32 to 4 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Good to see the big man back out there. Was in some ripping form before getting subbed out of that game against Essendon with a hammy. The 7 goals, 5 against West Coast. The next week he had 6-1 against the Pies with 25 disposals. Followed that up with 4 goals against the Hawks. And had already kicked the 4 points in that game against Essendon. So he's in a good vein of form, is Tom Lynch. And providing a good target forward. They're getting some really nice separation, the Richmond forwards. We've seen the other end. Every time the Blues have gone in, it's been a big pack converging. Lynch and Riewoldt working really nicely to find some separation and some one-on-ones.
And Ash, the purple pinstriping around the Richmond jumper tonight is the Alana and Madeline Foundation,
Yeah,
I think.
spot on, BT.
Thanks for that, Ash. Back in the middle we go. Great to see them supporting that charity. Off hands it comes, spills to Prestia. Prestia got it on here to Lambert. Lambert right footer. Young, the intercept spoil. Knocked down Riewoldt. Front centre snap. Got it. Riewoldt gets his first. 6 in a row for the Tigers. 6-2, 38. The Blues 4 behinds. Beacon Trade scoreboard. Riewoldt gets his first.
Well, we were talking about the clearance dominance. We'll get Ash to tell us the stats on that one, but they're dominating clearances, but they're also dominating scores from stoppages. That's their 4th goal for the Tigers from stoppage. Carlton just the 1 behind from that same score source. So not only are they dominating clearances, but they're putting the score on the board on the end of it.
Yeah, the Blues 8 to the Tigers 15. We remember the Blues are ranked 2nd in the comp for clearance differential.
That was always going to be the concern, wasn't it? How much ball the midfield of Carlton were going to let into that forward line of Richmond. We know they're undermanned. And the strength of the Blues over the past month, although they've been conceding goals when it has been going in there, it's been their ability to keep the ball up their end for large portions and scoring. Tonight they haven't been able to do that.
Koning stretches up and brings it to ground. McIntosh went without it. Flip back now to Floston, and he finds Bolton. Overlap running here from Baker. That's a really nice ball out wide. Finds the young man with a really weird first name in Judson Clark. Goes inboard. McIntosh just got complete control of the game at the minute.
Don't know what you'd be
Tigers
doing, sitting in hospital and saying, what will we call him? Let's call him Judson.
I've never heard of a Judson, to be honest. Is picked out beautifully. Floston, a bullet inside 50 to Lambert. They're in a bit of disarray at the minute, the Blues. Lambert's got it about 40 from home, not much angle.
Well, they certainly are.
Gives it off. Sorry about that, Days. I'll get back to you short. A big, long, flying ping that's going to miss. So, in fact, missed a lot out at the full.
Well, Nick Newman was the issue on that occasion. He's the +1, but at some point, if your man comes down there, you have to defend. There's no use just guarding space if your man's going to be the one who finds the footy. So they need to start with some accountability in their D50 and then get on top through the midfield.
Someone really needs to take control of the back line for Carlton and start to organise. Obviously, we know the troops that they're missing, but there's nothing you can do. They need to communicate more between each other and take some assertiveness in that back line.
Coming back again as Gibcus got the ball towards the attacking 50, but the one-eyed Saad was able to keep it out of the danger zone while the troops arrived. Now Baker arrives. He got cannon into by Saad, but in doing so, the ball over the line. Boundary throw in centre wing. 6-2 to 4 behinds the Blues. A withering start here from the Tigers, owning the footy. It's drying by the minute as we speak now. Boundary umpire whips it in. Southern stand wing. Knocked down. Hewitt went without it. Bolter grabbed it. Bit of a hope handball over the top. Finishes with Cottrell. Cottrell around the corner. Didn't get good penetration on the ball. Baker cuts it off. Got the handball inside to Lambert. Lambert with a little right-side corkscrew kick finds Ralph Smith. Ralph Smith just on the edge of the centre square on the northern side of the ground. Attacks over the logo. High footy. Lynch has got to come from too deep. He was held and restricted in his run. Ball spills to Bolton. Bolton here to Edwards. Great smother. Hewitt. over the line out of bounds in front of the MCC members. Down to you, Jay-Z.
BT, very quiet Carlton bench down here. They look shell-shocked at ground level, the Blues. Worth remembering also, no Dustin Martin, the superstar out there for the Tigers. He was unwell this week, should get a nice freshen up and hit the Cats. What a huge game that'll be next week at the MCG on Saturday.
Work to the front by Nankervis and De Koning. Straight back out of play to be thrown in same spot. Even though it's the Tigers' home game, there's lots of Blues in the house and they're shocked at the minute with what's going on. What are you seeing, Brian?
Don't know. Seeing some
Harvey Norman replay screen.
Some heads on screen that are apparently pretty popular.
Bolter, Graham, outside of the boot ball. In came Cottrell to break it up in the air. And then he shoveled a handball back to Young, who couldn't hold on. They arrive in number here, the Tigers. Revolt, good smother from Sam Durden. And then he slapped it out into the path of Doherty. Now that's a well-defended situation there by Sam Durden. Ball out of play.
I think we're seeing an NFL player sitting with the Tiger players, JB.
Right.
We believe a Rams player, maybe. Either that or a rapper. I don't know. Had a lot of gold chains anyway. Every throw in. Gee, they wear a lot of gold over there. You think it's real or just...
No, if you're an NFL player, it's real.
100% real if you're on that sort of money.
Walsh, over the top to Kennedy, driven over the boundary line. And do they need to wear so much, do you think? It's heavy. It's ounces. Boundary throw-in. Tigers kicking into the city end. Throw-ins in there, forward end of the ground here. Finally whip it back into play. De Koning in front to Walsh. Walsh caught in the tackle. Can't get rid of the handball. Both arms were locked there by Graham. It was the perfect tackle. And that's Nathan Williamson, the umpire, saying, thanks, fellas. Let's ball it up. 6 straight goals here, the Tigers.
We're hearing it's Nick Scott from the LA Rams. Bristol, we're just working out if he is a wide receiver or where on the ground he plays. Mackay couldn't hang on. Tarrant broke that up in the air pretty well. Cochin. Handball forward into the path of Kennedy, who's taken in a double tackle. The ball came free. Walsh down the wing, trying to find Silvani. It's thumped away from him. And we'll have a ball in out of side. 6-2-38 Tigers, 4 behinds Carlton. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard supporting tradies, 120 stores, expert teams, massive range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Bet I know what his first words would have been. Wow, this game's played without pads. Jesus, if I hear that again, I'll vomit. Here is Bolter around the corner. The smother attempt there. Spills here for Fisher. Trying to tap it out in front. Rode out of it by Edwards. Losing ground, the Blues. Little one here. Picked up in the end by Bolton. Bolton goes back inside. It'll get it on the bounce here to Lynch. Could have given the handball outside. Perhaps a little selfish. Kick back inside without looking. Saad dropped the centre. Snap at goal. Missed. Bolter had a big chance. Funnels the handball out. Bit of pressure on Lambert. Newmark's there. Concedes the behind. Tigers 6-3-39. Blues 4 behinds and the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Strong safety, we're being told, Daisy, from the LA Rams.
Yeah, that's what their Google was telling me in the back row here too, JB.
As distinct from a weak safety, what's the difference?
Well, there are 2 safeties, a standard safety and a strong safety. I think it's where you start on the ground. Super Bowl winners, of course, the Rams, as the ball's out of play, out of side to be thrown in.
Just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay, Zach Fisher got a pretty strong case for arguing a free kick there. I think it was Baker who went sliding in, took the knees of him. We saw one played only moments ago up the other end.
Yeah, it's far worse than that one as well. Definitely warranted a free kick.
Free kick being picked out here, and it's going to go De Koning's way. A bit disgruntled here, Blues fans. They thought they'd see something more competitive than what they're watching at the moment. De Koning. Long ball in the Mackay direction at the back, Curnow. Oh, he's there as well. Curnow got a kick away. His first of the night, Ash, I think.
Yeah, spot on, JB.
Bounces away from Broad and out of play deep. Punt road end, Blues in that direction.
Just another concern for the Blues here. They're number 1 for scores in first halves, opposed to ranked 15th in second halves. So only scored 4 behinds as we speak.
Get a ball in inside forward 50 here, Carlton. Cripps at the front. Clean possession, taken by Revolt. Hewitt tried to get the handball away. Tarrant achieved that. Got it back to Broad. End-on-end ball. O'Brien. Tough one for him to handle. Got it to him on the half volley. Fisher now ripped into the ground. Newman couldn't go with it. Walsh was clean to Cripps. Now they've got to look through Hewitt. Outside of the boot for Hewitt. And he has kicked a goal. First of the night for the Blues. And it came from George Hewitt. 1-4-10 to 6-3-39. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it was something for the Blues. Scrappy, not pretty, but they fought hard. They competed hard. Their pressure was up. It wasn't the perfect play like they've been going for, but hopefully that gives them some confidence now that if they do roll their sleeves up and get dirty, you still are able to score. They were set up well defensively on that occasion. They only had the +1, which meant the Tigers, when they did get it, they were looking at the Carlton extra number. Hat kick out of there. But it was just dirty, hard, honest football, and they got the result as from the end of that.
And you feel like it's the first time they have gone inside 50 and be able to keep the ball in there, whether it's been in their possession or on the ground. They were able to get some pressure around the footy, then chain together some handballs and have a shot at goal at the end of it.
Super, making hard work pay off. Back to the middle we go, 29-point differential in favour of the Tigers. Ripped out of the middle by Cripps. Silvani on the end. Long handball over the top to Cottrell. Got the handball backward. Here goes O'Brien. Left foot searching. 2 and 2 minutes for the Blues. Can this ignite their game? Fans are being excited by this little momentary pieces of good play. 2-4-16, trailing the Tigers 6-3-39. They are within 23 points.
Well, Cripps got the ball out of that clearance, got first use of it, and then the Tigers defenders, as we've seen them do for the whole game, they pressed up really high, leaving O'Brien out on his own, and they used the handball to get the overlap run, and it was a beautiful shot on the run, right from the arc of 50. Well finished, and if the first goal didn't lift them, the second one will certainly do just that.
6-3-39 to 2-4-16. Back in the middle, belted forward for Richmond to half forward. It's Graham and Fisher battling for it at ground level. Hewitt straight to Ralph Smith. Kick smothered. Gets past Boyd. Sard's able to pick it up. Shoveled it to O'Brien. And he missed Young with the handball, and that's through for a behind. So 6-4-40 to 2-4-16. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So Sard to kick it in from fullback. Jay-Z, looks like it's starting to precipitate again.
Yeah, a little more drizzle now, Brian, unfortunately.
Just when things were drying out and the Blues were starting to wind up. Let's see whether this affects them again. Sard, who's had 4 bounces outside the defensive 50, ran to the boundary line. High ball on the head of Gibcus. He punches it all the way back, goes through Noons. Ralph Smith helped it on its way to Rewalt. Rewalt, long handball to Bolton. He's got to beat one in Doherty. Spinning pirouette out of trouble. And then the second one into trouble. Still got boot on ball magically. Lambert couldn't pick it up. He was running faster than his legs would allow. And O'Brien sends it through for a behind. So you sense the vibe at the moment here from the Blues. 41 Richmond, 16 Carlton.
Did get boot to ball, incredibly, actually. So a very good bit of umpiring as the Blues come in the Martin direction. Hands to it, couldn't hang on. Grimes, Prestia, end on end inside 50. Plowman couldn't hang on to the mark. Hewitt, handball to Cripps. Suddenly getting busy, the champ. Cripps to the outer side looking for Silvani. Took a pretty difficult ball well on the wing. Then to half forward in front of Cottrell. If it sits up, he's away. It does. Outside 50. Long inside 50 ball. And Durden. It bounced off his chest. Simple chest mark dropped. And the Tigers now able to clear the area, but not far. Kennedy got it from Cripps. Back inside 50 Blues. Curnow in the pocket. Flostone with him. Curnow unable to get boot to ball, and Baker just end on ends it.
Baker looking for Edwards. Really difficult conditions now. The Blues are surging. Hewitt rips it away. Fronts the punt road goal. 30 and closing. Misses. Across the face. 2-5-17. Carlton 6-5-41. The Tigers on the Triple M scoreboard, things starting to hot up days.
Yeah, they certainly are. Inside 50s for the quarter, 13-5, but from Carlton's 5 inside 50s, that's 2 goals won.
Ground level ball, half forward for the Blues. Broadcast side, northern side of the MCG, and ball up. Anything down there, Jay-Z?
I tell you what, you take your hat off to Kane Lambert. He's managing a chronic hip issue, almost needed They thought about giving him season-ending hip surgery early in the season. He's battling on bravely for the Tigers out there tonight.
Jay-Z doing a great job on the boundary. As we get, and that's for Bob Jane T-Marts, by the way, as we get this ball up again. Hold on Nankervis. Undersized Silvani in the ruck. Nankervis a long one. Lynch and Young. Defensive fist from Young. Doherty's hands are really good at ground level to Young, and now Nunes. Pounds it back to half forward. It gets beyond Tarrant. And at the back, Nankervis able to pick it off. His left-footer to the wing. Kennedy came in, couldn't take the mark. Prestia, thumping handball. Just missed Clark. Goes and gets it. Left foot tumbler inside 50. Here comes Edwards. On the up to Pickett. It got past him. And O'Brien's able to pick it off for the Blues.
Spun out of trouble and got the handball out into open space. Cottrell was closed down. Richmond's Pickett picks it up. He got driven into the back, and the umpire will pay the advantage. Goes to Daniel Rioli. Swiping right foot kick, entering 50. Up goes Ralph Smith, nowhere near it. 4 Carlton players out the back. Nunes went the soccer off the ground. Now goes and picks it up. Gives it to De Koning. He spirals one here towards half forward. The odds are against the Blues. Still Curnow. How many's he had, Ash?
One touch.
Oh boy, goodness gracious me. Ball comes out wide. Pickett got it to Baker. Baker spin out of trouble. Got it back inside with a handball to Daniel Rioli. Rioli's searching ball. Young in front. Ball knocked to the line. Out of bounds it goes, and we'll throw it in deep in the Richmond attack zone.
41 plays 17. 5 left in this second term. So the Blues have found something. Kicked the last 2. After it looked like they were going to get a pumping on Thursday night at the G. Kennedy wobbles it outside 50. Owi's nearest place, but the ball's over the line. And it's going to be thrown in. Yes, Ash?
Triple M Red's head. Blues pressure. Only 7 tackles in the first quarter, 14 in this term, and their pressure rating from 159 to 196 in this quarter.
Dragged themselves back into the game on the back of it, Ash, as Nankervis and De Koning, Cripps. How many's he had this quarter, Ash? As it's dropped out there by Baker.
Triple M Red's head. 7 touches.
7 for the Champers. Short to half forward. Edwards to fly. Doherty in the air as well. Revolt ducked the chutney and not paid. I like it. Sard brings it away. Couple of bounces. Shovels it back to Young inside his defensive area. And now Nunes has got it.
You'd hope they'd just take, BT, some time to just settle here, the Blues. It's been frantic pace the last 5 minutes. Take a bit of sting out of the game now that they've got the momentum back.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the half. Graham wins the ball to Grimes. Grimes goes inside and finds Flostone. Arches the back, runs away. Beautiful kick to Baker. Right in the eye, little of the MCG. Baker decides to slow. Short ball, finds Pickett. Pickett still inside the centre square. He'll now reel and go. Use that man on the mark rule to great effect. Hammering ball deep in. Rewalt rises. Mark at the back, Young. Young does well in the last line of defence. So the Blues working hard here not to concede. Oh boy, O'Brien should have gone. Prestia certainly did. Gave it to Pickett. Pickett from 52 metres out. He misses left. Minor score 6-6-42. Carlton 2-5-17. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Come on, Obi.
Yeah, let off there, O'Brien. Need to be stronger. The kick wasn't perfect to him, but you know the ball's going to skid on in the wet conditions. Got a body line it. Can't just put a right hand out like he did.
Sard has got a long option in Cripps. Cripps comes at him. Well done by Sard to find the skipper. Had a big second term. He gives it back to Sard. Sard, the little sidewinder. Good one too to Doherty. Doherty off a step, Cottrell on the wing. All of this happening southern side of the ground. Cottrell gets around Flostone and then a high one inside 50. Mackay comes at it, Curnow comes at it, neither could hang on. Cochin flicked it to Baker. And a good pickup from Baker on the left, he pumps it down the line. Good representation here from the Tigers, Lynch around the body. Tumbling ball for Plowman and Rewalt. Rewalt kept it going. Richmond's way and then got a little toe poke in there, but took himself out of the play in the process.
And meantime, Plowman's able to pick it up, give it to Young. Young back to Plowman. Here they go right through the middle. Oh, his funny little handball, putting his teammate Cripps under a lot of pressure from Cottrell. It spills out to Cripps now. Tries to get it in the path of side. Had to go and did. Won it beautifully. Flostone arrives though. Game is picked up. Cotchin got the ball out to Short. Short goes bouncing through the middle of the ground with a double bouncer and then a low ball. Gee, Lynch, I'm not sure what he was doing, trying to mark it with his foot. That was never going to work. And now O'Brien's got it in the back pocket.
They left it for each other. And then no one got it. Walsh, half back. Steers a wide one for Durden. Corey Durden. Walks around the man on the mark and then sticks it inside 50. Mackay hands. That's better. Big Harry. 45 from home.
Just about every contest tonight, Mackay and Curnow have been in the same pack.
And that's what we spoke about in that first term. It felt like Richmond were doing a lot better job of getting some isolation from the big boys. We saw Lynch take a really nice contested mark, but it was one-on-one. Even though the Blues are moving the ball a lot better, you're 100% spot on, BT. Harvey Norman replay, both of them leading up. So you need one to be providing a short option, the other the longer option.
Chop punt this is from Mackay. Likes it. 3 in a row Blues. They have got themselves back into this game of footy. 3-5-23. Tigers 6-6-42. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, from a Blues point of view, you'd be happy with how they've gotten their way back into it. They've gone to the big guns in the centre to get back on top, but they needed to respond, and they have. Cripps, Walsh, Stewart have all been fantastic. Sardoff half-back, he's had a quarter. He's had the 13 disposals, 85% efficiency, 12 running bounces, which is an equal PB. No surprises, he's leading the comp in running bounces with 72. The next best is Hind on 27.
The voice of Daisy Thomas on Triple M Football. Seema Super making hard work pay off. Ream hot water built for Tubby Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Usher Plumber to install a Ream.
Big minute 36 coming up for the Blues. They can't concede. They've done all this hard work to get themselves back into it.
Back in the middle we go. They got the clearance to go with it, the Blues. To Koning with a left foot kick. Got it to half forward. Martin attacking the ball. Went over his head. Martin has a second go. This time he pushed it in favour of the Blues here. They go and get it. Kennedy did just that. Got it to the left foot of Fisher. Sold some foot candy. Neat ball. Curnow on the lead. Couldn't hold the mark. Grimes knocked it down. Noons pounced on it. Got it forward. Flostone was under pressure. Didn't want to mark it. Spills to O'Brien. Left foot snap over the top and a minor score. 3. In fact, it might be out of bounds. It will be out of bounds here.
Just quickly, some really good work from Jack Martin then. It was a 1-on-2. He just kept scrapping, getting the ball forward, and as a result got the ball back inside 50 rather than it being a turnover.
Ball in and Cripps able to pick it off to Walsh.
Richmond, Prestia.
Prestia gets it free for a hold. Some relief for the Tigers. With 59 seconds left, Prestia bites off a brave kick to centre half back and Short. Short thumps a long one. Doherty in really good position to take a simple mark, and he does. At centre half back, he can go to Newman. Newman on the wing. Nunes, they've got time enough here, the Blues. 40 seconds, he wants to go quick. Long ball inside 50. Grimes thumped away from him. Mackay arches the back. Got it to Durden, who was belted in a tackle. Flostone and now Pickett.
Pickett, slick handball, Baker, lost it, and then socketed it off the ground, got it to Bolton. They can go here, they can score. 20 seconds left. Bolton drawing handball, got it to Graham. Graham inside 50. Lynch is going to mark and run into an open goal. He is. 10 seconds left in the half. Lynch kicks the goal. He's got his third. But they've stopped the run of 3 consecutive goals by the Blues. Basically on the half-time siren, few seconds remaining. 3-5-23 the Blues. Richmond 7-6-48 Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, a huge goal in the context of this match. Daisy, you said it yourself, they just could not concede, the Blues, and that's exactly what they did. And another goal out the back of their defence. They're just getting far too high No one's holding back, and they're really flattening out as defenders, Days.
They certainly are. Lewis Young there did all the hard work. He had Tom Lynch up the ground. He only had one leading pattern. That was up to the kicker. All he had to do was continue to see it through, engage him with a bit of body work and push him that way. He didn't do so. He allowed Lynch out the back, got caught ball watching, walked in the easiest of goals.
25-point lead. It's going to be the half-time lead for the Tigers. As Graham kicks a high one to centre-half forward as the siren sounds. 7-6-48 for Richmond. 3-5-23 for Carlton. Jay-Z Clark on the way up to run you through a half-time break with Kate and Daisy. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, half-time at the G. Richmond lead by 25 points as Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ring.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
One of the most enticing coaching roles now has been open, as you suggested. Alistair Clarkson is the hot favourite. He is very happy to throw his hat on the ring, as he said on Fox Footy.
Did you mean in the ring?
He's happy
you said he's going to throw his hat on the ring.
Yeah, on the ring.
It's something totally. You're playing a different game. You're playing quoits.
Yes.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
The McChicken is simply simple. No bells or whistles. Just a crispy chicken patty and fresh lettuce smothered in creamy McChicken sauce. Hey, we said no bells and whistles. McChicken. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am.
The all-new Google Pixel 6 gives you hours of power. Its all-day adaptive battery learns your favourite apps, so it doesn't waste power on ones you never use, meaning you can go wild posting pics and still have power to order home delivery and a taxi to get you home to eat it. Only on the first ever all-Google phone from $999 at the Google Store. Also available at Telstra and JB Hi-Fi. Google Pixel 6. For all you are. Battery life depends upon many factors, and usage of certain features will decrease battery life. Actual battery life may be lower.
Every green light on the way to work? That's pretty good. Woohoo! Yeah! Almost as good as the massive 50% off you get on all TPG mobile plan fees for the first 6 months. That's right. For the first 6 months, get 12 gigs of data for just $10 a month, all on a no lock-in contract. TPG. New TPG mobile customers only. For use in Oz, $20 a month after the first 6 months. T's and C's apply.
Spitwater, built tough and ready in Australia for 40 years with a brand new look and the same rugged reliability. Right now, take advantage of the ATO instant tax write-offs for business. That's instant clean, instant tax write-off, instant job well done. With distribution, sales and service centres located in Brisbane, Sydney, Albury, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth, and authorised dealers in all major centres throughout Australia. Call 1-800-SPITWATER now or visit spitwater.com.au today.
Still got your eye on the new Evo? Yep, I've been raking it in recently, so I'll get there soon. Oh yeah, big flex. Yep, I found the ultimate sidekick. I work when I want, play whatever music I want, and all I need is my van and smartphone.
You're a DJ now.
Nah, I'm an Amazon Flex delivery partner. I can pick up a block of 8 hours, deliver packages, and get paid weekly.
Sign me up.
DIY, mate, at flex.amazon.com.au/vans.
Fancy a free caffeine fix? At Coles Express, every 10th coffee is free. Scan your Flybuys card every time you buy any coffee and your 10th is on the house. For a free coffee, express yourself at Coles Express. T's and C's apply. See colesexpress.com.au.
At Pepper Money, we specialise in home loan options. In real life, keeping a perfect credit history isn't easy. You may have had a past bankruptcy or be behind with bill repayments. This can make it hard to get a home loan from some lenders. At Pepper Money, we take a fresh approach. And if we can find a way to help, we will. If you're looking for home loan options, talk to your broker or talk to us. Pepper Money, real life loan options. Australian credit licence 286655.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M Rocks Footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
Yes, McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. We are at the MCG where it is Richmond with a 25-point lead over Carlton. It's Damien Hardwick's men 7-6. 48 currently with a nice little buffer over the Blues 3-5-23 and what has been a drizzly and wet night to start this first half at the MCG. I'm Jay Clark. We got Kate McCarthy, Dale Thomas and Ash Chua to run through this first half, and it's fair to say Richmond were electric to begin with, played the conditions very well, but that late 3-goal burst just gave the Blues a little chance, opened the door even slightly, Kate McCarthy.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, Jay-Z. Richmond definitely played the conditions way better in the first quarter. Even though they did extend their lead in the second quarter, you felt like the Blues really, they had control of that term and unfortunately just gave up a goal really late on the siren, which shifted momentum going into half-time. But yeah, they were able to wrestle back momentum and definitely play the conditions a little bit better in that second term.
Daisy, how'd they turn it around, the Blues? Because at one stage there, midway through the second quarter, you thought the Tigers might romp away to a 10-goal win here, but Adam Saad in particular was important in turning the momentum a little bit. What happened in the middle of the ground as well?
Yeah, it was the big boys in the middle. Hewitt, Walsh and Cripps really rolled the sleeves up and got dirty, and we've expected that. That's been their DNA so far in this season, 2022. We know their contested ball is a strength of theirs, and they were getting a touch-up in and around it, so they sent Fisher up into the stoppage. They needed to win some clearance, but then just play the conditions like we spoke about. It doesn't have to be perfect. Taking territory, a +1 isn't as effective as it is on a dry night where they can come across and intercept. You can mop that up with numbers in and around them and pressure and good pressure. They elevated that. Their pressure went up. Their tackle pressure went up. Saad was fantastic off half back there. That last goal, though, after you've worked so hard, I think there was a minute 36 when the ball went back to the centre. We said they needed to not concede. They could have stopped it so easily. They had the +1. If you're going to give Tom Lynch anything in that situation, let him hit up to the dead pocket, 65 metres out. He's not going to kick the goal. You've already got a spare in behind. You can flood numbers back and slow it down with 10 seconds on the clock. That's the one that really hurt them. For all their good work and all their effort, slightly undid it a little bit there.
What about the big boy forwards? So Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay have been one of the biggest stories of the season. They've been absolutely unstoppable, but on a wet night, they have struggled a little bit. So Charlie Curnow, Ash Chew has been all over him. Just the one possession so far. And then Harry Mackay got the one goal, as you mentioned, Kate, late with 4 possessions. So 5 touches between them. Are we seeing a little bit of a chink in the armour on a wet night? Are they not as effective, the two gun spearheads?
Yeah, I just don't think together they're really playing as well as they have in previous rounds. They're getting caught, BT said during the call, they're getting caught at the same contest, which straight away allows both of the top defenders from the opponents to just go up. But I think Curnow, he's not doing anything wrong. I think Dylan Grimes is playing a really good game on him, though, and sometimes your defender just has your number, and I think he needs to keep moving a little bit more, free up either Harry Mackay, get him one-on-one with his defender. If it's not your night and you're having to double grab at it, get out of your mate's way so that he can maybe take a couple. And also, I think Grimes, he's closed him down a little bit with his closing speed as well. So keep leading up at the footy, get it maybe 60 out, and then be that kick going in rather than the goal scorer.
Yeah, I think it's probably the first time they've played together in these sort of really wet conditions, and they haven't had the ability to look around and understand whose space is who. They've sort of both gotten short on the ball at times, just watching it and tracking it as it's sort of been fumbled or hack kick forward, and then they're both there at that 40-metre kick as the next possession. I'd love to see Charlie Curnow get up the ground. He's got unbelievable aerobic capacity, a little bit like Lance Franklin when he can't get into the game, or a Jeremy Cameron. Get Michael Voss to say, Charlie, you go up and you peruse through the middle of the ground, do whatever you want, work your backside off to get back so we're not 2 men down there. But I can guarantee if he has some impact, that Richmond runner goes out to Dylan Grimes and says, hey, mate, you've got to start going with him. We've already got +1, and that's a way that Charlie Curnow can have some impact on this game.
And that's exactly right. Grimes has been sitting back. He loves to intercept, defend, and get him one out with Grimes. But if he goes up the field, does Grimes go with him? Does he leave him? Does he help out his mate deep with Vloston and the likes down there? So it just brings another, element in and just sort of changes the way that they're playing at the moment.
And a game where you can't get separation. We know Grimes has been fantastic. Charlie Curnow's tried his backside off, but Grimes' closing speed has been fantastic. You get up the ground, you find some separation Grimes might get caught ball watching a wet, slippery night. You get different looks instead of hitting up at the ball. We see Jeremy Cameron a lot with those leads laterally into pockets of space. So I think that's a really good and viable option for the Blues in this second half.
Oh, it is wide. Is the best analysis in the business, Dale Thomas. Kate McCarthy absolutely on fire. It is Richmond with a 25-point lead over Michael Voss's men. 7-6-48. The Tigers currently leading Carlton 3-5-23. This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, 1 battery corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee, of course. Ash Chewer, speaking of elite people, you are the best in the business when it comes to stats. What is jumping off the page, you, my friend?
Thanks, JC. Richmond, a lot of entries, 38 entries already in a half. The AFL average is 52, Blues at 25. But the stats where Carlton have dominated this year, they're number one actually for contested ball, Richmond at +3. They're number 2 for clearances, Richmond are at +10. But they've been damaging the Tigers from the stoppages. Have kicked 4 goals straight, opposed to the Blues at 1 goal 1. But as Daisy said, they cranked up their pressure. They had twice as many tackles in that second quarter, and their pressure went up from 159 from Q1 to 191 in that second quarter. And Adam Sard, he's the number 1 ranked player, Jay-Z. 13 disposals, 12 running bounces, which is an equal PB, and 7 intercept possessions.
All-Australian contender, there's no doubt about that. Well, we've got you, Ash. Choice hotels around the grounds. One of the big changes for tomorrow night's games at Essendon versus St Kilda. Massimo D'Ambrosio, he's back. He's in for his first game for the Bombers.
Yeah, Spotter makes his debut. Of course, this is Spud's game, as we know, but a big in for the Bombers is Andrew McGrath. He missed last week. He comes back into the lineup, and just a couple of big names in terms of the as well. Really, one, Darcy Parish, he'll be missing for tomorrow night's game. And for the Saints, a couple of handy ins here. Hunter Clark, he plays his first game for the year, Jay-Z.
Yes.
Along with Jack Billings, I think only his 3rd game, and Wangani Malira and Ryan Burns comes in, and out is Mackenzie, Lynett, and Mason Wood. He misses his first game for the year. He's been omitted. They're probably some of the key players there.
The former Kangaroos been handy for the Saints, and Kilda just weighing up a big offer for Jordan De Goey, the Collingwood superstar. Will be interesting to see whether they pull that trigger. Of course, he is one of the leading free agents this year. It is Richmond up by 25 points, 7-6-48 versus Carlton 3-5-23 here at the MCG. Now, that was the best analysis, but we like to also keep it funny and light-hearted and have a bit of a chuckle along the way, don't we, team? And, well, I seem to find myself in the middle of these Amy Clangers every second week, so it is something we look forward to. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does. Let's see if once again I feature in the Amy Clangers. There was a brief shower early, so it is slippery down here at ground level. Hopefully the rain does stay away. The radar is saying it should be pretty clear, so fingers crossed.
See that rain, which was a long time coming, according to you, Jay-Z. Is it raining yet?
Just a sprinkle, Brian. Nothing in it, really. Very light.
So Jay-Z saying no more rain.
Yeah.
It's monsoonal.
Yeah.
It is teeming down.
Don't think we'll see any tonight, he said.
Daisy, I'm a glass half full guy. All right, I'm the eternal optimist when it comes to the weather, but the meteorology career might be shot already.
Yeah, no, that's a big miss. Mick Moldhouse was a lot like that. If Mick said it's not going to rain, you packed your long stops because it was going to piss down.
It is Richmond up by 25 points over Carlton. Just quickly in a word before we go back to JB and BT, do we think Richmond, from what you've seen tonight, last week, building some momentum, they genuine premiership contenders, Daisy and Kate?
I'm going to go with no. I want to see a lot more in this second half, and I think the Blues are in this up to their eyeballs. They haven't played great footy. They've missed a lot of opportunities, especially in that first term. They could only be, and they gave up a goal late. Their scores should be somewhat level, so I think they'll be sending that message. If they go on and win this, they can be top. I still fancy the Blues a lot more going forward in this season than I do the Ticks.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Daisy. I think to say that they're premiership contenders, I just don't think we've seen what we have seen previously from them, that ruthless performance. Could have put the Blues away probably a little bit earlier in this game and really made it theirs, but just haven't seen that as much this year. But, yeah, I think Carlton are most definitely still in this match.
Very interesting. Jury still out on the Tigers. Massive game against Geelong next week. It's on Saturday, the MCG, 1:45. But currently it is the Tigers, 7-6-48, leading Carlton by 25 points. 3-5-23 here at the MCG from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hey, Days, footy at grassroots level teaches kids about sportsmanship, of course, doesn't it?
Spot on, BT, also known as respect.
And if we're going to stop violence against women, then we need to instill the importance of respect in our actual kids from an early age as well, I suspect.
Absolutely. For more information and conversation starters, visit respect.gov.au.
Violence against women, let's stop it at the start.
A message from the Australian Government, Canberra.
On Triple M, 600 of rock's greatest hits. 600 handpicked by you. The greatest songs ever. That's me in the corner. The iconic tracks. The songs you crank up to, well, these go to 11. You voted, we count them down. On Triple M, rock's greatest hits. 600. Back 9 a.m. tomorrow.
2 succulent beef patties, crunchy lettuce, tangy pickles and onion, all oozing with special sauce. The Big Mac. It's the burger equivalent of a mic drop. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1-800-858-858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
With tax time approaching, it's time to take advantage of the federal government's instant asset write-off. It's also a great time to speak to Toyota about a new forklift for your business. Check out their huge range of quality Toyota forklifts, pallet jacks, walkie stackers, reach forklifts and more. With legendary reliability and safety, plus cleaner, greener electric options. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Terms and conditions apply.
Visit prosper.com today. And this time tomorrow, you could hire an extra pair of hands.
Or get a handle on all those bills.
You could make an offer on that new equipment.
Or get a bigger office.
With funding possible in 24 hours, a Prosper loan could set your small business up for success with no repayments for the first 8 weeks. Visit prospa.com. Offer ends June 30. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply. Australian credit licence 454782.
James Squire was many things. Londoner, highway robber, risk taker, rogue, lover, fighter, fugitive, convict, brewer, legend. He was many things, but he was never ordinary. James Squire, ordinary be damned.
Today, great value is more important than ever. So, at Vodafone, our end of financial year sale is on now with this amazing offer. You'll get a massive 80 gigs of data for just $40 a month on our SIM-only Lite plan. That's plenty of data to stream, share, and do more of what you love. Don't miss out on Vodafone's end of financial year offer. Connect today, only at Vodafone. Offer ends 30 June 2022 unless extended. T&C apply.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to rock. With DAB Plus digital radio, integrated voice command and wireless Apple CarPlay as standard across the range. Hurry to your local Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M. Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Yes, we're about to get underway here in the second half of the MCG. Richmond over the Blues by just 25 points. Ash got out to, I think, 34 points at one stage was the biggest margin of the game.
35 to be precise.
35, okay. Just 1 point in at Ash, don't be so picky. 48 plays 23 as we are at the moment. We're about to get underway here at the MCG. The rain has ceased. Jay-Z, you've gone back down there. I think you've resumed your position. Jay-Z looks like it's just okay at the moment.
Yes, no rain at the moment, BT. Was on and off throughout that first half. Hopefully stays away throughout the second half, Brian.
All right, Jay-Z just hustling his way through there, pushing young kiddies out of the way to get to his seat. So we're about to get underway here. Ash, what's the stat of the day? I know you've been closely monitoring Charlie Curnow.
Set of the day is definitely Saad. He's had 12 running bounces of the pill, which is an equal PB. The most of the game is 20 by Nathan Box, so we'll keep an eye out for that stat.
Right, interesting
Nathan
that
yeah.
Jay-Z just mentioned it wasn't raining. It didn't look like raining. Well, guess what, JB? It started raining
It is
again.
heavily too,
He's,
not
really,
a little bit. Yep.
Having a real moment.
Slight slow learner.
Yeah.
Went with it off the top, got the clanger, backed it up again.
And he said it as it was raining. Yeah, not expecting much rain. It was raining on him as he said the sentence.
He's no Rob Gell or
Come
Joe
on.
Pearson.
You're better than that, Jay-Z.
He's really mucking up the weather. Mike Larkin, of course, would be embarrassed by his attempts. Jane, our friend Jane Bunn.
Jane Bunn, superstar.
He would be enormously concerned at his, well, let's face it, with his welfare at the moment. So, all right, it's now blanketing rain here at the G. We're about to start the second half. Umpire holds the ball aloft. And this is umpire Brendan Hosking. Up it goes. Tigers are going to win it out of the guts once again. Picked up here by Prestia. Prestia with the left foot kick around the body. High ball to Edwards. Spills here. Danger, danger, danger. Went and got it. I think it might have been short. Was upended. It was. Spills out to Lambert. Lambert got the handball further afield. Noons had to put his head over it. Won it. Got it to Walsh, and Walsh gets it out of trouble momentarily. Silvani trying to keep it in front. Did a good job. Excellent work by Hewitt underneath. De Koning tries to take it forward, and Graham's now had the ball knocked back under him. We'll have the ball up almost on the wing on the northern side.
Ball to be thrown in the air. De Koning got it down to Cripps. Came off his shin. Short. Tumbles it inside 50. Plowman with a fist, and then a second one. It's inside the centre square at the Richmond end, if that makes sense. Little one from Nunes, got past Cripps. Went back and won it at ground level, Cripps. Nankervis on the AFL logo. Went without it, got tumbled to half forward, Grimes. And now Flostone with beautiful ball control. Goes in the middle, cut out by Saad, who could have taken the mark. Decided not to. Just sunk the slipper into it. Now Martin. High ball inside 50. Here comes Curnow. And he takes it, having lost his defender. And will take a shot on goal for the Blues. He has not kicked a goal tonight, Charlie Curnow.
Unconventional from Saad in the middle. We see it on the Harvey Norman replay. Just that awkward height, whether he came through, went to ground to slide and mark it. In the end, just hacked a soccer of it, volley style. Landed in the arms of Martin, and then Curnow got rid of Grimes for the first time tonight. Needs to go back and convert.
Rain falling at the G. Charlie Curnow for the first of the second half. Drags it to the left. Bad result for the Blues. 3-6-24 to 7-6-48. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. No, sorry, let me correct that. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
So Broad to kick it in from fullback. Crowd's humming. Short kick by Broad, finds Baker in the back pocket. He's told to play on, and he does. Kick out wide there, looking for him. Not finding Clark, and O'Brien accepts the handball, but I think it was over the line when it arrived, and the boundary umpire agrees, and right in front of the umpire's waist on the southern stand side of the ground here. Richmond kicking to the punt road end. In the third term, umpire slings it back in. Nankervis with the front position beautifully to Prestia. Looking for an outside runner. Got it in the end in McIntosh. Spun around, high ball at the Rewalt. Got a nudge out, Rewalt. Came from Durden, that's Sam Durden. And Rewalt's got the free kick between wing and half forward. Long, long way from the action zone. Jack Rewalt, he's kicked the goal tonight. Lynch has got 3. Rewalt high ball. Shallow entry for the 50. Lynch couldn't hold the mark. Off hands it come to Hewitt. Hewitt got it to Sam Welsh. Welsh goes out wide looking for Cripps. Cripps did well to keep his feet when all those around him fell over. Now he's trying to shovel it out the back door, tunnel ball style. Got it to Walsh. Walsh a little kick that went higher than it did long. And it's been marked by Broad, but no whistle.
Touched.
And it's taken over the line out of bounds. And we'll throw it in on the wing again.
Already we see from the Blues their want just to take the territory, not going for that perfect play, that extra handball, just getting it on the boot. Charlie Curnow's been the one, though. He's the man fighting 2v1 so far, doing a really good job in the forward 50.
Ball in. Nankervis to Koning. O'Brien Tries to go cute with that one, and that didn't work, so he then soccers it out on the full. End up in the hands of McIntosh, outer side wing.
But just as I said that, JB, he had two options there. He could have gone the short dinky one, which he did, or the long predictable one where the rest of the mids had spread to. As a result, they get the turn over the Tigers.
Graham. Golden Grove boy from Tea Tree Gully boy from Adelaide. He goes inside 50. Big thump from De Koning. Cripps has been good. Last couple of terms, really good. Sard now. Long ball. Curnow couldn't hang on. Tough marking conditions. Cottrell taken in a tackle. No prior ball on.
Wouldn't mind seeing some small forwards from Carlton start to play around Charlie Curnow. He's obviously got the 2-on-1. He's going to do everything he can to bring it to ground. So those smalls need to be at his feet and running through.
Sleeting rain as Prestia handballs and finds Edwards. He had to get rid of it because he was immediately tackled. This allowed Hewitt to kick it out to a paddock and find Silvani. He thought about Noons, and in the time it took him to think even. He was tackled by Flowstone. Royoli picks it up, shoves it down the throat by foot to Edwards, and Edwards marks 55 out. Kick is wide, and it is horrible. Newman is marked uncontested, not sure where he was going. And Newman says, fellas, line up on the north side because we are not transferring the play. Looking for and finding Silvani. Did well to get rid of his man and won the free. So Silvani and halfback for the Blues. It's 48, plays 24 in favour of the Tigers.
Bites off a beautiful 45 ball to Cottrell. Releasing to Cripps, who's going to walk into about 3 tacklers. Gets rid of them all. Handballs forward for Kennedy. Just outside 50. Gets boot on ball. Floats it forward. Mackay. Carnage from behind. Broad's got to be clean here, and he was. Handball to Baker. McIntosh has come back to defend, and he thumps a wide one for Bolton. Confronting him, Newman did well. Walsh. Back inside 50 go the Blues with a high one. Broad with a big thump from behind. And now Lambert ground level for Richmond.
Yeah, picks it up in the corridor, goes wide, but he'll find Lynch. Sliding to his knees, takes the mark on centre wing Lynch. Now has to wait for players to get forward as they're all in the wrong spot for him. Now ready to kick the ball is Lynch. Gets a shallow entry inside 50. Durden over the knock, knocked it down here to Turner. He goes out wide, and here comes Prestia. Prestia's got to meet it, beat Silvani to it. Got the handball to Flostone. Flostone now to Short. Short from inside the centre square. Bolton marks. 20 metres out, directly in front. Shea Bolton will have a shot at goal. Concerning time for the Blues. Tigers look switched on. Bolton looks like he wants to play on around the corner, and he does. Immediately with a right foot kick that didn't get the journey. It fell short. Doherty on the line was able to touch it. Sloppy stuff. No great connection by foot. 49 plays 24 in favour of the Tigers.
Just rushed himself there. He played on, as you said. It was written all over him, but you can go back. You can go on and do that. Take your time, set it up properly so you do make good connection.
Doherty out wide. And Curvis kick partially smothered. Fisher had to wait. Cottrell on the left. Silvani. Simple chest mark on the wing. Northern side. Got runners. Martin's one of them. Walsh is another. Walsh kicks it into the man standing in front of him and allows Broad to come in. And now Gibcus taking in a good tackle from behind. Walsh tried to find Fisher, couldn't. Fisher back to Walsh. And Richmond do it pretty well in the end. Broad around the body, but Boyd takes a really good contested mark.
Yeah, just nudged Lambert under the footy, Boyd.
Bit going on behind play.
Finds Kennedy. Bit of a scruff tough going on there. Kennedy now to the lead of Curnow. Curnow plays on around the corner. Stab it, goal, got it. Blues have kicked the goal. Curnow gets his first. 4-6-30. Trailing the Tigers 7-7-49 on the IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, I'm not sure if you saw the passage of play card. I was watching the punch on as well. Liam Baker and Sammy Walsh going there. Sammy Walsh proficient in a lot of areas of football, scrapping not one of them. Little Baker there absolutely fed it to him here. Curnow again though, playing that deep forward, got some good separation. And as we spoke about in the half-time, it's not from standing still. His ability to keep on the move, that's where he's losing Grimes. Going back, initiating, got some really nice separation, took Grimes back to the goal square, pushed off. Good passage of play, Blues.
And it was the kick back to the middle of the ground that opened up the fat side, which gave Curnow a different pocket to lead into. They've played pretty skinny for most of the game so far, but that kick back through the middle allowed Matthew Kennedy to then open up the ground.
Yeah, Sam Walsh, 6 disposals in 8 minutes in this quarter, 26 for the game.
Cochin out of the middle. Deep ball inside 50 for Lynch. Double teamed in the air. Lambert a rare fumble. Boyd picked it up to the outer side. He wobbles it. McIntosh in space out there. Takes it back to Cochin just far enough. Just. Trent Cochin. 2 kicks from home. To the punt road end, the Tigers. Here's Revolt in the air. It's fisted away from him. Lambert again. Around the body. Lands in front of De Koning. Tough ball to handle. Plowman missed with the handball. And it was Newman he was trying to get hold of. It went out of play.
The one thing we didn't speak about after that Charlie Curnow goal was the let-off at the other end from Bolton. His last 7 quarters, BT, 1 goal, 6.
Yep. He was not good last week in front of goal, that is for sure. And it's mounting up here, 19-point margin now in favour of the Tigers. Being trimmed and looking more likely as time goes on. Sam Durden kicks the ball to the wing, but Fostone marks on the logo. Centrally located on the edge of that centre square. Fostone hammers the ball inside 50. De Koning flies, couldn't get the mark. Rewalt there, missed all footy. Cripps gave it and he realised Ralph Smith was going to get on the end of it, so he charged him down. Picked up by Boyd of Carlton, scrappy kick, but finds Silvani. Silvani marks at half-back. Slow play here. 7-7-49 the Tigers. Carlton 4-6-30. Silvani's sliding the ball wide to the lead of Curnow. Goes over the line and out of bounds, and I think it'll be on the full in a Richmond ball.
Well, that wasn't his best kick, Silvani. He has been good in this third quarter as he's given away a 50 now.
Why would you be doing that?
It's good officiating by the umpire. There's only one man who the ball could have been going to. It's your direct opponent. Charlie Curnow trying to slow the game down, saying, who am I giving it to? Silly play there. Michael Voss on the Harvey Norman replay looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
They need to really slow down, JB, to slow down the game either. There was nothing happening.
Wasn't another Richmond player within 50 metres. So who could it be except for him? Very strange. Very deep ball here. De Koning! Jeez, that's a big wet weather clunk. Last line of defence. Tom De Koning. Good marking hands, both of the De Koning boys. Doherty to bring it away. And Tarrant's going to take a simple mark, having got rid of Mackay.
Mackay was careful not to infringe, snuck up behind and asked the umpire, do you mind if I stand here? And the umpire said, long as you're still. Now Tarrant hammers the ball. Bolter almost had a hand. Spills to ground level. Little kick comes out wide looking for Owies. Broad was there to keep him busy and paddles it over the line. So Richmond lock it in their forward end. They'll have a boundary throw-in stoppage here within 50 metres of their punt road goal. De Koning the ruckman. Bolter there for Richmond. Bolter 1 out, although Kennedy got on the end of it. The arm was held and he'll get the free here, Kennedy. At half-back. Northern flank, punt road end. Kennedy, short kick to Doherty. Doherty, short kick to Fisher. Dropped the mark, but recovered it quickly, banged it on the boot and sent it forward bound. Mackay flying for the mark, punched away from him. Ball spilt down there to short. Soccer off the ground was impressive, and the mark taken here by Ralph Smith.
Centre square, sticks it to the southern side. Lambert's got some room to move out there. Doesn't want to advance the footy. Now he goes to the drop punt inside 50. Rewalt parked underneath it. Big defensive fist on him. Prestia. End on end. Dangerous ball now. Durden, look out. Just got the kick away, but stuck it down the throat of Rioli.
Oh,
just a bit of the speed of AFL footy for Sam Durden with a really horrible mow. And Rioli now can take a shot on goal.
Fantastic pressure it was from Big Lynch. He tracked that ball all the way along the outer boundary. as it was just being inadvertently knocked forward, kicked forward, and then sensing the opportunity to apply some pressure to the unsuspecting Durden.
33-28 from set shots for Dan Rioli. Got a good look here. 35 out, not a heap of angle. Kicks it nicely, that's gone through. First of the second half for the Tigers. 8-7-55 to 4-6-30. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, just their post-clearance pressure has been really good from the Tigers. Every time the ball's gone inside 50, if it's been brought to ground, it's either been their smalls or their mids that have been pushing forward to the next contest and have been able to lock the ball in and then get it forward again. And that was really good pressure from Tom Lynch, as you said, Days.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, Richmond, all night of when they've got the ball inside forward 50, of not letting it then get out and past halfway too many times. 14-4 the inside 50s in this term alone. So just some really good reward for effort. Their pressure's been elite, and the Blues exiting hasn't been great, but probably more so due to that great pressure from the Richmond forwards.
The voice of Daisy Thomas on Triple M football with Kate McCarthy. Back in the middle we go. Nan Curvis wins it down, but straight down the throat of Walsh, and he gave the handball immediately to Fisher, was tackled. Walsh has to go and get it himself, and might have got a free. In fact, they've given it away. It'll go here to Graham, I think it is. Just inside the centre square, around about centre-half forward, about 70 metres from the Tigers' punt road goal. Graham's going to launch it as far as he possibly can on the head of Rewald. At the back is Ralph Smith. Got a run at it, couldn't mark it. Umpire bouncing around here. Picked up by Boyd of Carlton. Handball was intercepted to Hewitt. Went back to Sard. He conceded the goal. Under some pressure in the goal square. Conceded the behind, sorry. 8-8-56. Carlton 4-6-30. IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Doherty, Kennedy. Just inside his defensive area and goes sideways and finds Doherty again. He's about 70 out from the goal they're defending, which is the punt road end, the Blues. In this term, he goes down the northern wing. Nice spot, although Martin couldn't take it. Stripped by Boyd really cleverly. Handball to Silvani. Fisher, that handball missed. Got to go and track it down at half forward. Fisher gets past Ralph Smith. Back to Silvani. 48 from home. He tried some hand and body candy. Now Nunes taken in a fantastic Rioli tackle. Gone holding the ball.
Great scrapping by the Tigers there. The Blues look like they were out after getting the ball through the corridor. Well done. Brilliant pressure from the Tigs.
Baker. Finds Pickett. Silvani sometimes just got to kick it rather than trying to sell foot candy, surely.
Yeah, in these conditions.
Yeah, Plowman to Martin. Martin searching kick. Nooms had to make it work, and he did. Under pressure from Prestia. Got the handball to Kennedy. Kennedy to Owies. Owies to Fisher. Fisher from the 50. Misses left. Blowing sharp. 4-7-31 the Blues. 8-8-56 the Tigers. Look at the IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Broad to bring it back in. 7 left in this third term on a cold Melbourne Thursday night. 8-8 to 4-7. Tigers in control. To the outer side, Sard. Long sleeve jumper now for him. Maybe he's had it on all night. Short to Kennedy.
Just a second half option from Sard.
Okay, there we are. I know you used to love them days. Kennedy inside forward 50. 1v2. Owies. Durden. It was Owies who kicked it. I'm pretty sure. No, it's Durden. It had to be one of them, Brian.
Yep.
So, well done to Corey Durden, and the Blues bite back. 2 now in this third term, 5-7-37. So the Tigers 8-8-56. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, again, it was the smalls from Blues. We said that they were going to get, or needed to get into this match, and it was Durden. They brought it to ground. It was a lovely crumb from him. Hit the pack flying and then locked it through on the right, but it was a great kick in. It was a deep entry, their first real deep entry that they've had all quarter. Beautiful finish as well, and it just carried out the back of the pack.
Just since the 20-minute mark in the second quarter, the Blues going to get almost 2 kicks to 1 handball, 63 kicks to 37 handballs, and they're +5 in terms of scores.
I'll tell you this, Ash, the Blues have kicked 5 of the last 7 goals. I hope you're aware of that.
That's a great stat, BT.
It is. They are coming ever so slowly.
And I was aware of it.
Thank you.
Goal square infringement, free kick Carlton. Goal square Carlton, free kick Carlton.
Goal square infringement, free kick Carlton's in the middle.
Was there no warning if it was a set the ground?
Cripps now are driving high footy. Mackay, crowd saw that someone had hold of his arm. Umpire didn't see it, now picked up here by Fisher. Gave the handball to Jack Martin. That's a better centering kick from Jack. Up they fly. Koning from the side. Marks within 30 metres, slight angle, and a chance to make it a 3-goal to 1/3 quarter for the Blues.
Well, interesting. I'm not sure what that free kick was for. If it was a goal square infringement free kick against, and if it was 6-6-6, it should have been a warning. I don't think they've had one so far. Anyway, the Blues will take it. Well done to Koning, really testing the much more experienced Nankervis going forward.
To cut it to a 13-point margin, de Koning misses.
And Days, unless I'm wrong, and I often am, if it was actually an infringement in the goal square, the ball should have gone down.
Correct. So
that's what I couldn't work out.
Yeah, that's why we're all a bit confused.
I don't know.
Discombobulated.
It's Rioli to the outer side of bounce. And then high and wide he goes. Lynch hands the ball, couldn't take it. Walsh, Sard, Doherty. Clark got a nice handball to Prestia. Ralph Smith flicks it to Lynch. He'll go back to Ralph Smith, or should have attempted to do that, but the tackle from Sard was too good. And he wins a holding the ball decision against the bigger man to Doherty.
Had his teammate on Lynch, just didn't want to give it to him.
No, he didn't.
Tried to steamroll Sard instead of just taking the first option. Well done to Sard, though, standing up against the bigger man.
Doherty a long one. To half forward, Mackay to Koning. Ground level short. And now Rioli with a nicely steered ball to Prestia.
Love watching Rioli in the back half. He is a smooth operator. So the Tigers just slowing things down here now as they kick from half-back to wing. High footy on the head of Lynch. Knocked down to Lambert. Lambert got a long handball. Straight to Doherty. Ducked under the tackle. Even though Ralph Smith got him high, and that's why he didn't pay him, because he ducked under it. Free kick will go against him, in fact.
So good.
Yeah, great officiating, and you hear the umpire there mic'd up exclusively for Triple M. Ducked your head, took possession. That is your prior.
Ralph Smith, as a result of what Days just said, crunching ball, Bolter! Got a big right on the back of Young. Handball to Lynch. This time he does give it. Over to Baker. Baker from the forward pocket. Yes, minor score. 8-9-57 the Tigers. Leading the Blues on the comeback trail, 5-8-38.
Chopped off, kick in. And this is the young man Clark. First name Judson. Dandenong boy, Yarra Valley. Ringwood Stylings. Left footer. Talented young man. This will take a hell of a kick. Set shot. He's outside the field of play. Punt road end, left forward pocket. Kick 2 on debut, Judson Clark. And that ain't going through. It's nearly out in the full. Just snuck in for a behind. 8-10-58 to 5-8-38. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
BT, not dissimilar to the season opener. Remember, Richmond had a 3-goal lead at the last change. Carlton was able to mow them down. Could it happen again?
Bob Jane teammates. Look at Sard. Handball to Doherty. On to Fisher. Through the middle of the ground. Sard's in trouble behind the play. The kick to Curnow. Couldn't mark it. Got it on the half hop. Little handball back inside. Walsh, short minute. Curnow gave Walsh a second chance. Got the little dodgy handball off. In forward they go once again. Long ball, Cripps. Diving attempt at mark. Couldn't get it. Plenty of Richmond players out the back door. Nankervis tidies up for the Tigers.
Has to hack a long one. Boyd got rid of his direct opponent. Won the ball to the ground. Here's O'Brien. Just outside 50. Bit off way too much with a kick. Flostone able to pick it off, gave it to Marlon Pickett. Long handball straight in the Boyd direction. He controlled that ball beautifully. Stuck it back to de Koning. Out the back, Martin. Should goal from here, and he will. Blues are into this. Up to their necks. 6-8-44 to 8-10-58. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Great passage of play from the Blues, all on the back of their pressure this time. Their ability, once the ball went inside forward 50, to fight and scrap and keep the Tigs just hack kicking it out. They set up well behind the ball a couple of times there. Jordan Boyd with a big one-on-one win. But there's not pretty, and they're starting to learn that they don't have to play the perfect round of football, the perfect style of football. They're getting some really good looks on the back of just taking what the game's giving them, and at the right opportunity, just taking territory, turning the Tigs around and applying some serious pressure.
Yeah, it's all come from that serious pressure they're being able to put on from contest to contest. Boyd, that was a huge one-on-one win, though, for him at the top of 50.
3 goal to 1 quarter in favour of the Blues.
And the Blues contest the ball plus 13 in this quarter. They're down by 5 at half-time.
And there's the clearance out of the middle to Walsh. Wasn't a great one as Edwards evened it up and knocked it back to half-forward. Here's the charging Sard. Big Nank got in the way. Short got in the way of him. Nank keeps going. Fisher knocked it on. Spills out wide to Edwards. Edwards kick around the corner to Coney. Couldn't mark it. Spills to Walsh. Thought about it and then now chisels the ball very, very wide here. Gee, I'm not sure what that red-booted player was doing then. I think it was Durden. He was running in the opposite direction trying to get the front and centre that wasn't actually front and centre yet. It was a very strange operation. Over the line and out of bounds. Let's get down to JZ.
BT, Jack Martin just ploughed straight through that Trent Cotchin tackle. He looks tired, the former Richmond skipper. Comes straight to the bridge for the breather.
Cottrell. Now Cripps. Tumbles it forward inside 50. Martin in a good spot again. Flostone controlled that well. Lambert slapped it to the middle of the G. All the Blues here. Doherty, long one back inside. And Flostone, a free kick infringed by Jack Martin.
That was a very silly free kick that Jack Martin gave away just out of frustration. There was a bit of push and shove, having a look at the Harvey Norman, and he just dragged him to ground straight in front of the umpire as the ball was coming in.
Kate McCarthy, Daisy Thomas, Seabus, super special comments.
True, man. Trent Cotchin's numbers in this term seems like he has been down, getting some serious work on his hammies and calves at the moment.
Yeah, spot on, Daisy. Trent Cotchin this quarter, just the 4 possessions.
Rioli a long one to the wing. Doherty! Nice! Hitch and climb over Lambert.
There's a ripper right on the edge of the square, right on the wing. Now Doherty's told to go, gets around Lambert. An inbound ball forward deep, up they fly, could be anyone's, off hands it come. Had a lot of Carlton players sock it out of mid-air by Short. Fortunate to find Lambert on the end of it. Marks on the point of the square at half-back. Short kick to Rewalt, almost on the logo on the wing. Rewalt, handballs wide to Short. Wouldn't it be good if you were Jaden Short? You just get the ball every time because everyone knows you can kick it. They just keep giving it to you. Baker, handball to Graham. Graham around the corner. Plowman will get back, should Mark does. Last line of defence here at the punt road end. The Blues, 30 seconds remaining, JB.
Yep.
It's 58 the Tigers, 44 Carlton.
Plowman goes in the Kennedy direction and that's broken up. And Sam Durden doing a pretty good job at one end as a key defender, Days, and Robbie Tarrant doing a pretty good job at the other end as a key defender. And why would North Melbourne want either of them? Yeah. Would be the obvious question. Why wouldn't you just delist both of them as the ball is thrown in out of side? Off the ground goes Cripps. And that's going to wobble its way out of play to be thrown in. No, deliberate. Deliberate going Pickett's way. 10 seconds left. The kick from Pickett had too much on it.
Pushing the back.
And a Blues free to Cripps will make sure that there's no further score, but it's 44-58, 14 points. They are near enough, the Blues. Siren sounds, 3/4 time. And now there's a bit of chat. The little meatball comes in and gives Cripper a piece of his mind, and then they start arriving, Gristle.
They do. And then Cripps backs out of it, but the meatball wants more action. He's going back in for another plateful. And they've got Lynch now. He gets in amongst it. Sometimes I'm not sure whether Lynch knows what's going on. They've got him in a superlative headlock. He's dragged to the ground. And Nathan Williamson, the umpire in there, went in and blew the whistle in the ear. He blew it in the ear of Tom Lynch. He bent down and went right in the ear. I couldn't believe the intrusion by the umpire, Nathan Williamson, then. I've never seen that before. As now the skirmish starts to unfold. And they're going to resume their huddles. Marlon Pickett in there. Unusual for the meatball to get ruffled. Boy, oh boy, goodness gracious me. 8:10:58, the Tigers. 6:8:44, the Blues. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rock Football.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
introducing the Australiano, made with McCafe coffee, chai and native wattle seed.
This Triple M listener has won $10,000 by listening to the Marty Sheargold Show.
Jared, you've won 10 grand.
And this listener?
Jared, you've won $10,000.
I might have to pull over.
Oh, and here's another one.
Oh my God! You've won 10 grand, Jared.
Yeah, you beauty.
Triple M's $10,000 vault.
Now at 7:10 every morning.
On Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Vodafone's end of financial year sale is now on. iPhone 13 Pro Max features the biggest Pro camera system upgrade ever, Super Retina XDR display, and super fast 5G. And now you can save a huge $200 on iPhone 13 Pro Max when you stay connected to an eligible plan. Only at Vodafone. Hurry, offer ends 16th of June. Visit us in store, go online, or call 13 22 99 today. Saving of a plan term, 5G in selected areas of major cities, T&Cs apply.
Attention all Virgin Australia business flyers. When you fly your team with us, your business and your team earn velocity points. So bring on double rewards. Apply today at virginaustralia.com/business flyer and bring on better business flying. T's and C's and exclusions apply.
Piers Morgan is on Sky News Australia.
That's right, Piers Morgan Uncensored. It's my show where people can speak their mind.
Sorry, Piers, some people don't identify as people.
It's a place for big opinions.
Sorry, that's fattest.
For meaty debates.
Offensive for vegans.
Well, it's gone nuts.
Nuts could be sexist and offensive.
Piers Morgan Uncensored. Tuesday to Friday, 9 p.m. on Sky News Australia. Watch on Foxtel, stream on Flash.
TPG has once again been rated number 1 for outstanding NBN value by the experts at CanStar Blue. So why not get an outstanding TPG NBN plan from just $59.99 a month with unlimited data and $0 setup fee, all on a no lock-in contract. And the best thing? Switching is easy. Call 13 14 23 or head online today. TPG. BYO modem required. T's and C's apply.
What the truck? New Furphy Crisp Lager is now available. An unbelievably easy drinking beer perfect for cracking open with mates, anytime, anywhere. While you sit back and tell a couple of Furphies of your own. Unbelievable.
Still got your eye on the new Evo? Yep, I've been raking it in recently, so I'll get there soon. Oh yeah, big flex. Yep, I found the ultimate sidekick. I work when I want, play whatever music I want, and all I need is my van and smartphone. You're a DJ now. Nah, I'm an Amazon Flex delivery partner. I can pick up a block of 8 hours, deliver packages, and get paid weekly. Sign me up. DIY, mate, at flex.amazon.com.au/vans.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M. Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocking three-quarter time football here on a Thursday night. Richmond and Carlton, just 14 points in it. The Blues are trimming the margin back bit by bit by bit. And they've got a little bit more to go, Astur, with all the Reds head lenders.
Blues plus 14 in contested ball in that quarter. Sam Walsh leading ball winner with 30 disposals.
Bob Jane, T-March, Jay-Z.
Oh, BT, just watching that Carlton huddle. It's a nice, tight huddle around Michael Voss. The Blues are up on their toes. They'd be saying, we did it in round one. We ran over the top of them. We can do it again tonight on a wet night at the MCG. Vossi very loud with his group right here at the moment. Looking at the Richmond group, David Teague, interesting figure, isn't he? Put his heart and soul into the Blues for 4 years now. An assistant coach at Richmond. They hold on to a slender lead. It's going to be a fantastic finish. No injuries either side, BT.
I reckon if Jay-Z was a player out there, his eyeballs would be rolling and watching the coach address him. He wouldn't hear a thing, Jay-Z, would he?
Right up front and centre staring down the coach.
Yep. Marvellous. What do you got, guys?
Well, it was a really good quarter of footy from both sides. Both sides had their patches of dominance. The Blues, when they have taken the opportunity to just surge the ball and play the conditions, have looked more likely than scoring and not giving Richmond those turnovers and easy field positions. Territory in this last quarter is going to be massive when Richmond have been able to hold the ball inside their forward 50 and get repeat entries. They look like they're going to score more often, Kate.
Yeah, two big changes I think that made an impact there was Doherty playing that intercept defender role, had 11 disposals, 5 marks and 3 intercept possessions. The other one I think was De Koning going forward. He drew different looks for the Blues, couldn't just sort of knock off Mackay and Curnow. They had to focus on him as well, which opened up some opportunities.
Seeing some vision of the blue. Serge's boy likes to act tough in those situations.
I wouldn't
Brian.
be terrified if I was his opponent.
Wide as McIntosh and a long ball forward. Young. It missed him and Lynch, and it goes out of play half forward. About 60 out from the City end goal. Tigers heading in that direction in this turn.
Liam Baker's been swung forward for the Tigers. He was dominant in the last quarter in their win last week against Port Adelaide.
So ball in. Nankervis to Koning. That's going to roll out again. Just inside forward 50 for the Tigers. Right of your radio dial. 8:10:58. Richmond, Carlton 6-8-44.
Chew, man, what were the scores in that last quarter in round one, if you will?
Yeah, Blues posted 7 goals 5. Tigers only at 1 goal 1.
Okay. Tigers kick into the City end in this last quarter. Lead it by 14. But it's been a resurgent Blues basically since midway through the second quarter. And this will be out of bounds by Baker. Not deliberate, says umpire Nathan Williamson, who did one of the more strange things I've ever seen, as he blew the whistle in the ear of a player that was fighting.
After the siren?
Yeah, to get him to stop fighting. It was highly unusual behaviour. Nankervis doing the ruck work, quickly got the kick away as well. Falls to the top of the square, Bolter couldn't mark it, Cotchin was there, Lambert picked it up, shoveled out the handball, got on the end of it, did Durden, that was Little Durden, now it spills wide here, Pickett went and got it, bowled over by Durden, spills back to Fisher, nice knock onto O'Brien, now they get it through the middle, run away here by Durden, this time it's Corey Durden, went forward, falling over, in the end was Broad, recovers, got it to Tarrant. Free kick down the field, and players saying there was no advantage. We don't want the advantage. And the free kick will go Broad's way in the back end.
Smart from Nick Flostone, because he then had to pick the ball up under pressure. So the hands went up, and it comes back to Broad. He'll steer it down the broadcast wing here. De Koning again, a big fly. Couldn't hang on. Cotchin front and centre. McIntosh a tumbler to half forward. 2 to beat here, Rewalt. Durden goes back, controls it pretty nicely to Doherty, who's just got to pump it to the outer side. Cottrell's got decent wheels. So has Pickett. 2v1 out here. Pickett stuck his head over it. Cottrell got hold of him. Kennedy around the body, tumbler to half forward. All Richmond now. Flostone able to absorb a tackle and get it back to Broad.
Broad skies one high. Centre wing underneath, this is Baker. He was never any chance, came out the back door to Doherty. Doherty quickly kicks the ball very high to half forward. Gibcus was a little concerned going backwards. It spills to Curnow. Got the kick around the corner. Tried to knock it over the top, but McIntosh is there for the Tigers. So it comes in the south. It goes out the north. Beautiful kick by McIntosh. Finds Lambert at half back. Bolter's on the wing if he wants a long, tall target. Think that's where he might go now. Lambert to Bolter. Plowman edged him under the footy. Cotchin out the back door. Got pushed over pretty easily by Durden. That was Sam Durden. Kept the ball alive to Hewitt. Got it to O'Brien. Tried to shake off the tackle, but the Tigers have a win.
Lambert, beautiful look away handball, gets to Baker. Inside 50, Lynch has got a bit of room to move. Bolton's here. Magnificent pickup. Oh no! He showed the ball to Doherty. He said, have a look at the yellow, Sharon, because you're not getting anywhere near me.
Come and get me if you can.
That is arrogance at its best, and a goal to Bolton. Here's a 20-point lead, Richmond.
Well,
he turned around, held the ball in his hand and said, come and catch me.
They were having some words in that fracas at three-quarter time, so the perfect opportunity in the next opportunity. He had the chance just to say, Well, I've got you well and truly covered, old man, and he did.
This will be a much discussed replay all week.
That's Nathan Brown-esque.
I'm looking down to see if Jay-Z has self-combusted down there with excitement. The big footy nuff will be losing his mind.
Jay-Z, this will be back page on every day of your paper.
Yes, you think Damien Hardwick could be asked about that nice and early in his press conference. But we like the players when they play with flair and can show themselves. I like it. Hey, Trent Cotchin's got a problem. Guys, he's been cradling his left shoulder for the past 2 minutes, copped that heavy bump on that left shoulder, and is now talking to the doctors. Left shoulder problem for Trent Cotchin.
Go to the presser and say, why don't they do that more, Jay-Z? Look at the other side of it. Off the chest of Young, spills to Lynch, goes to Bolton, snap it, goal. Knocked on the line, and it'll be a minor scored, hit the goalpost. So
Russell,
it will be a behind.
That's Nathan Brown on James Clement.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
I'll have a look at this for some reason. I thought the ball hit the post.
Yeah, I thought it ricocheted off the post as well. Well, it's come off the umpire.
Yeah. But it's a point anyway. So what's the problem?
No, I don't think it is a point, JB. It stayed in the field of play.
But I'd say hit the umpire was going to go
so it go through for a point. Anyway. I don't know why that needed as much attention as it did, but it's a point. James Clement, Brown kicked 5 on him in a quarter and famously showed him the pill.
From memory, James Clement still wants to kill Nathan Brown because of that.
Very sure that's accurate. And now we've seen it again with Shea Bolton as Sard goes wide. On Doherty, here's Silvani. Good handball over the top. Good chase and tackle, Bolton. It's ignited him. Brent Croswell used to do that, Bristol, back in the 70s, show the footy after taking marks.
I wasn't born.
Yes, you were. It's got to pile on out of side, and it's going to be a ball up about 70 out from Richmond's city end goal. 9-11 to 6-8.
We get another look at it on the Harvey Norman. I am firmly in the camp of that is brilliant.
Yeah, I am.
If you're good enough to show it and say, stick it up your jumper, go and do it.
No, I just hope our media, and led by the rampant, insatiable thirst of leather down there, Jay-Z, doesn't destroy that for our footballers and ask questions and put them off, Jay-Z. We need that in our game.
Yeah.
That's personality, Jay-Z.
But BT, I totally agree, but as Daisy said, you've got to be able to back it up. So Damien Hardwick he'll say, if you do that, that's fine, but you've got to be able to walk the walk. So,
well, he did. That's why he did it, because he was backing it up.
I reckon Doherty had a smile too on the replay.
Knocked to Nankervis. Here's Bolton. Nankervis farmed out the handball to Prestia onto Pickett. Pickett with the left foot coming back, hooking there towards Lynch. Out the back door it goes to Bolter. He keeps it moving forward. He keeps it in the field of play. Went the soccer out of midair, didn't get it. Plowman's been tackled by Rewalt and got him. Rewalt will have a shot from the boundary, 25 out. On his right boot.
I think he would have been all right here if he didn't just drop the ball as he was going around, so it was an incorrect disposal in the end. So gave Jack the opportunity, but he's earned himself a number of free kicks just out of pressure tonight inside the forward 50.
Jack Rewalt looking for his second, runs around, plays on, good snap. Bending, got it. No problems. Tigers have got the first two of the last to skip away from the Blues. 10-11-71. Carlton 6-8-44.
Well, I had a bit of a chuckle when Noah Bolter tried to kick the ball out of mid-air, but as we see here right in front of Jay-Z, he is hobbling off the ground in all sorts. But that is a great goal from Jack Rewalt. Celebrated himself on the Harvey Norman replay, got the tackle, gave himself a fist bump, good enough to go back and then execute the skill. Now this is real danger sign again for the Blues. They need to be the ones who get some momentum back, centre clearance, get tough, roll the sleeves up. But the Tigs have been outstanding in this last quarter.
27-point lead, Richmond.
Just got to look at that Noah Bolter incident. Either right hammy or a little bit of jarring of the knee as he sort of missed the ball and then went to plant it back on the ground.
He made his way off the ground under his own steam, Kyle Langford style. There's Bolton. Went without it. Kennedy didn't. We're going to get to you in a sec, Jay-Z. Walsh went to ground. Got taken instantly in a tackle. He's in trouble. Jay-Z Clark.
JB, I think this is Bolter's second game back from a hamstring injury. Might have injured it against Hawthorn, I think, at the MCG. So suspected hamstring injury. Second for the season for Noah Bolter. Morris Rioli warming up for the Tigers.
All right. He's got about 8 layers to peel off Morris. All long and unable to pick it off in the air was Revolt, but they're looking very strong here, the Tigers. Boyd's got to defend hard. Getting it out of play would be a very good result, and he does, and then throws the footy down the race. So he'll be a good addition too, Morris Rioli Jr. Some wheels late in the game.
Yep. See how he goes in the cold weather. Boundary throw in, Tigers forward 50. Whips it back into play. Nankervis doing the ruck work with De Koning. Knocks it forward, spills to Sam Durden. Keeps it alive. Lynch goes in, little kick out of there and goes towards the behind post. Kept alive here by the Tigers. They knock it to the top of the square. Under real pressure was Young. He got the kick away in the nick of time. Here comes Bolton. Deliberately knocks it to Ralph Smith. Couldn't control it. Went back to try and get it again. Doherty did really well. And the Blues are away.
And now Owies just overruns it. Short doesn't, but he gets stripped of the footy. Tarrant got a nice underground ball. Now Ralph Smith to tumble it just inside 50. De Koning stripped of it. Revolt. 45 from home on the left. Swings long, but it ain't getting there. Young belts it over the line. And it's a behind. 72 plays 44 as Morris Rioli Jr. is ready to go.
He is Daniel Rioli, and he's sit on the bench, and Daniel's just saying to him, mate, it's cold, but if you run, you'll get hot. And that's about as simple as you can put it. Kick into the middle of the ground to Kennedy. Takes an uncontested mark and reels and goes with a beautiful kick out wide to Corey Durden. He marks. Now the little ball into Curnow. He marks. Plays on. 50 metres out. Punt road end. Missed. 45 plays 72 in favour of Richmond on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Not quite sure what Charlie Curnow was doing then. He checked his kick like he was going to sit it to the top of the square. It went far too deep and carried through. If he had a shot at goal, he could have kicked that.
O'Brien outside 50, looks to Harry Mackay. Good ball, good mark on a lead.
Desperately need this man to stand up if the Blues are going to be any chance. I think this will be his first possession in the second half, Two-Man.
Spot on, Daisy.
And this is his favoured side, believe it or not. Not usually the favoured side of the left footer. As long as he commits to the kick, because he sometimes doesn't, fades across them, and Hozzle rockets them left.
Morris Jr. on the ground. Mackay kicks the goal. Still life in the Blues. 7-9, 51 to 10-12, 72. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, a much-needed goal from the Blues. Gives them a little bit of a pulse. You just got to love what the Tigs are doing at the minute. They're hard and they're tough, and they're winning all the critical balls. The Blues haven't had any sort of territory in this quarter. It's been living up the end of Richmond. They're fighting hard. It's the first time, and it came from a very good kick to finally get some open play. But it looks like at the moment the Tigs are all over the Blues.
Patrick Cripps, 20 touches in the first half, just 7 in the second half.
Jay-Z.
Bad news on the injury front for both teams down here, boys. Sam Durden, his first game for Carlton, come to the bench. Doctors looking at his knee, very sore and a lot of discomfort at the moment. And for Richmond, Noah Bolt's a right hamstring injury.
Jay-Z is frothing at the mouth.
Loving it.
At the moment. He's going to bubble over and boil off and really have trouble controlling himself there. Out of the middle of the ground we go with Edwards. And a free kick will go the Blues' way to Cripps here against Riewoldt. So it's right on the edge of the square on the wing. Time is a-ticking. 12 and a half minutes remaining. A deficit of 21 points. Cripps gives it to Boyd, plays on. Morris Jr. comes from nowhere, couldn't run him down. Long ball, Mackay! Marks on the lead on the side that Daisy says is his favourite. And a little bit more acute, but same distance of 25 metres. Right on the boundary line, he starts his approach from the drip tray, basically, with a perimeter piping. Wrong side for a left footer. Go on the left foot, Nana. From the boundary, he's got it. No problems at all. Look at that. Look at that. He's kicked a couple. And they are back within 15 points here, the Blues. 72 plays 57 on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Mackay's got 3.
Well, it was an ill-disciplined free kick from Jack Riewoldt. The ball had already been won by the Tigers and they were starting to move forward, but he just put 2 hands straight into the back of Patrick Cripps, which earned him a free kick. Got the handball out, and it was that handball overlap run which got the lead and drew the lead from Harry Mackay to the pocket. Great lead, great grab, and an even better finish to go with it.
The good news for the Blues is the rain at the moment isn't here, so they're going to have to play fast. They're going to have to be audacious with their kicks and overly confident through the corridor. The conditions currently suiting that style of play.
2 goals apiece in this final term. Ball in the centre. Now it's Walsh to pump the Blues forward again. Ralph Smith, it gets all the way to the back, and Gibcus with a thump. Now it's on the deck, and umpire's giving the ball a long time to come out. Eventually he blows the whistle. Actually, I think it was Craig McRae, Daisy, who said, and I like it, once a medical sub is activated, the other team should immediately be able to activate theirs.
It's a good idea.
So there's nothing unfair about it. Long high ball forward, thumped away by Young. Doesn't mean they have to, but they can if they want. Newman picks it up, and it's now Boyd. Hewitt, here come the Blues. Long one forward. Mackay gets a hand in there. Tarrant slides in and slapped it to Revolt. Now Broad at half-back. High and long in the Lynch direction. Young missed with the fist, and the ball goes out anyway. Wing half forward for the Tigers out of side.
Just on that one, JB, how do you think they should officiate, though, the player that they're able to remove from the game? So just someone that's having a stinker or whoever they want?
You can rip whoever you like off once the other mob have done it.
But they can effectively do that now if they want and play silly games and say that someone's injured.
I guess what he's saying is let's just make it legitimate.
What I'm saying is, please, no more rule changes. Cottrell picks it up, bangs it inside the punt road 50. Here come the Blues again. Spoil over the top, out the back Jack Martin. Beautiful hands, got to Mackay, runs into an open goal. Mackay's kicked 3 and 5. 3 and 5, and they've got it to single figures. Unbelievable. They're back in business. Lots of time. 63 plays 72.
Just having a look across the field. Looks like the Tigers, and they've given a lot. We've spoken a lot about their want and will in this final turn to be competitive, winning all the hard balls. But just now the body language looks like it's dropping a little bit. They look the more fatigued players. Looks like Carlton at the moment are on top of the ground. Goes back to the centre square now. Huge clearance coming up.
3 goals in 4 minutes he's got.
He's been outstanding after Hartley being cited for the best part of 2 quarters. DeConey will go in there against Nankervis. Walsh, Kennedy and Hewitt taking on Prestia, Cochin.
JC.
Durden back on left knee strap, past the fitness test. Bolter done for the day, hamstring, JB.
Hold here on Kennedy. They are rolling the Blues. Long forward ball. Almost a mark in front. Here's Mackay again. Got it to Hewitt. Curnow. Little sideways one works to O'Brien. He's 49 from home. Left footer, powerful left footer in fact. Got one already, Lockie O'Brien. This to really, really narrow this thing down. He runs a bit of an arc. Thumps the left and drags it too far across. Hasn't got the trip anyway. Fisting it back into play, the Tigers. Newlands, unbelievable. From the pocket, out of nowhere. They're within 3 points.
Be interesting to see this one. Every one of the Tigs players has gone to the umpire, Nathan Wilson, saying we definitely touched it. Nathan Broad's gone to the goal line saying give me a prune.
Well, it will be reviewed.
Every goal, absolutely BT. But it's again, the Blues now need to be aware of this so they can set the ground up, and I don't think at the moment they are. So that's playing into the advantage of the Tigers. If it is a goal though, massive moment in the game. Just a nothing clearance there on the goal line from the Tigs. Would have been better to knock it through. We get a good look at it now on the Harvey Norman, Kate.
I think it's Broad that's saying he's touched it.
Yeah, now the umpires will get notification in their ear, and it has to be resolved before the ad break is complete. And there is now. Here is the review.
Decision on the scoreboard.
So they've reviewed it. This looks like it'll be a behind. This will not count. This will be a goal subtracted and turned into a behind, much to the disbelief of Carlton fans.
And that's the reason they go and review every goal. So the right decision has been made. So well done to the AFL and the ARC there. Well done to Snorkel and his boys.
So 72 64 Carlton on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Richmond led by 28 points. 10 minutes into this final term. It is now just 8. Nankervis, high ball. Belted forward, Doherty and Bolton go at it again. Doherty fell over, Bolton kept his feet, Rioli, look at this, handball, nothing but green grass ahead of him, and Morris Jr. goes for a squaring ball, might still work, Edwards goals. Great answer from the Tigers to ridiculous Blues momentum. 11-12-78 Richmond, 9-10-64 Carlton.
Well, it all worked out in the end, but that was possibly one of the most bizarre kicks across the field that I have ever seen in a game of football. Rioli, who's come on as a fresh sub, has fresh legs, at the best of times has great wheels. You'd think he would have been able to outrun anyone to that goal square, and he kicked a grubber in the wet weather across the field to Edwards. Edwards, as composed as always, picked it up off the ground and ended up finishing it off, but geez, if that didn't work out, that could have been a trampoline all the way back down the other end and a goal to Carlton, but wow.
Jay-Z, do you reckon Carlton are making the sub here?
They've just made it then, BT, so Carlton with some fresh legs. It's Lockie Fogarty comes in straight to a half-forward flank. Heartbreak for Sam Durden, his first game back off with a left knee injury.
They've got to remember, there are still 9 minutes left in the game, plenty of time, 14 points down here, the Blues. Doherty, a brave mark on half-back. They mustn't hurry too much. So Doherty at half-back just slows things down and lets them work out exactly where they are. Players coming on and off the bench would be able to see the clock and know what time is left. McIntosh pops up and marks on centre wing. So McIntosh slowing it right down here now at the MCG. Been a cracking last quarter, 5 goals kicked in it so far, 3 to the Blues, and now Doherty takes a ripping mark at half-back and plays on to Walsh.
Been good Doherty, but Walsh got run down. Cripps stands up in the tackle, back to Walsh. Down the outer side with a wobbling ball. De Koning came in, Owies head over it. Owies just a mung forward, Rioli couldn't control it, Flostone could. Gave it to Lambert. Tigers back inside 50, Lynch! Couldn't hang on, Bolton. Also Rioli there. Here comes Pickett. Missed Rioli by hand. Sard got taken out of it. Morris Jr. No, just missed. Not by much. 11-13-79 to 9-10-64.
So that's, I think, 15-point margin there now. Everyone's on their feet here, holding their collective breaths at the MCG. Pull back. Newman plays on, drilling ball out wide to Cripps, couldn't mark it off, hands Ralph Smith. Took a bit of time getting rid of it, eventually along the ground. Sard with the one hand, didn't quite use the body, it was a difficult bounce, I know that. Picked up by Cottrell wonderfully well, got it to Cripps. Cripps with a thinking man's handball out wide to Fisher that ran out of tarmac and goes over the line out of bounds at half-back for the Blues in front of the MCC members.
There's still enough time here, as you mentioned, BT, so they don't have to force it. That Doherty play on the board and invited the Tigers' pressure is not what you need. Yes, if the corridor's on, take it, but also be happy to take territory long down the ground, take that field position.
50,741 in the house. As Short controls it at half-forward. Right foot ball inside 50, Plowman. Takes the mark. Lots of Freeze MND beanies still on heads here at the G. How great is that to see? Blues off half-back. Hewitt to half-forward. Pickett. Newman it was, in fact, and now it's Lambert who's able to go with the right foot ball in the Lynch direction. Graham picks it up at centre half-forward for the Tigers. Gives it to Edwards. Now Short outside 50. Long ball from Short. Lynch in really good shape. O'Brien came late at him and Lynch unable to keep it in. Ball in deep. Tigers end.
JB, just Sam Doherty. He's been the number 1 ranked player on the ground since half-time. 18 disposals, 8 marks and over 500 metres gained.
15-point margin in favour of Richmond. They've got it deep in their forward end, the Tigers. Boundary throw in, Nankervis in front, Cripps out the back. Spills it to Prestia. Round the corner, snap, missed. 16-point margin now for the Tigers. Prestia's miss. Blues.
6.5 left. And it is a 16-point lead as Saad bounces it past Rioli, and then he fell over and lost the pill. Short picked it up, back in the Rioli direction. Morris Jr. a bit of disco dancing. Handball off to Graham, and he goes back to Edwards. 48 out. Has had an impact, Morris Rioli Jr.
Yeah, the fresh wheels have been outstanding, and his unselfish play's been the highlight. He could have had the shot that we spoke about, Katie, was probably too unselfish on that occasion. But on this one, right decision, was pinned in the pocket, could have had a flying left foot shot. Gave it to, I think it was Graham, who was good enough to then just chisel one backwards to Edwards.
Who's taking every second available. Professional footballer, Shane Edwards. From outside 50, it's got a bit of left to right about it, and it sneaks in for a behind. 81-64.
Jay-Z.
Jack Martin could also have an injury, fellas, down here. Lower left leg, I believe, a calf or Achilles, so that's Durden and Martin potentially out for the rest of this game.
17-point margin, going to have to kick 3 goals to win it from here, the Blues. They've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to do it, and they're going to start at half-back here with a iffy little kick from Doherty. Cripps made it work to Saad. Saad handball to Koenig, he was on the ground. Got it out here, Pickett will attack it and win it. Then lost the handle on the footy. It spills to ground level. Baker has had the ball held to him and will ball it up on the edge of the square centre wing. So 17-point margin. De Koning to Cripps, who was on the run. Hewitt, Walsh, De Koning, Cottrell. They're all handballs. Now Newman. Funny little nervous kick out wide to Owies. Picks it up on the half for Lee. Long ball to Mackay. He marks on the side where Daisy likes him to kick. And he's a little bit further out. He's 40 metres out this time. And he'll need to kick his 4th goal of the quarter and 5th goal of the game.
Well, Richmond had the +1 there, but they were in no man's land.
To trim it back to 11 points. Mackay from 40. Misses. Left-hand side. Blues down by 16 points with 4 minutes left.
I reckon, Kate, that's exactly what Robbie Tarrant was saying. Any dangerous and third up help? There's only 4 of you standing there.
Yeah, so I think it was Broad and Vlosten that were actually down there, and they were just nowhere near the contest. They had no opponent, could have helped out, even just got up with a fist, anything to create a little bit of pressure for Mackay.
The top ball, and Rioli protects the drop well enough in front of Cottrell. 4 minutes left. 3 goals needed by the Blues. It's going to take a mighty effort from here.
And the Tigers doing this really professionally. They'll take it long, keep it along the boundary line, make the Blues come out and defend them, try and knock some time off the clock. They're very good at this, Richmond, using all their experience.
Baker. Long ball, Nankervis in front. Thumped away from him. Prestia did well, ground level. Now Edwards. Handball to Graham. Graham just drops it inside 50 to nobody really. O'Brien's taken in a very good revolt tackle, no prior. Ball up, 35 out.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. Work the ball from one end to the other. No risk involved there. Pin it in there. Forward 50 gets a good chance now to set up behind the ball. Lynch coming back as a spare as well.
Carlton against the Tigers here. I think they've got Freo next week as well, so doesn't get any easier for them. Short from 60 metres out. It'll be marked by Saad on the top of the goal screen, just with one hand.
One glove.
As Morris Jr.'s approaching you from the front. Goodness gracious me, to just see that. Plowman out wide's got to mark it, but he falls over himself. It leaves a free ball for Broad out the back door. 3 minutes and ticking time here. Tigers in possession through Baker, and they lead it by 16 points.
Yep. Done enough for your sense, Richmond. Good ball there for McIntosh down the outer side. He's at half forward, too far out to score. Kicking half from home. 2 minutes 40 left. McIntosh will thump a wobbler inside 50. Revolt came at it. At the back. Now it's Cottrell. And he runs away from Rioli. Kicks it straight into the guts of Short. And Short's able to go now to Morris Rioli, who's 60 from home. He's got Revolt on Short. Beautiful ball. And Revolt can take the 30 seconds, which will get us inside 2 minutes.
Really disorganised there with the Blues defence. Jack Riewoldt after that passage of play was broken up, stood unmanned inside the forward pocket alongside Shea Bolton.
This for Revolt's third. Let's kick 2 straight. Minute 48 left and ticking down, so comfortable now, Tigers. And Revolt's kick is just going to fan across the face and not even make the distance, so they can rebound out of here, Blues.
Bit of light misty rain falling as well towards the end of this game. De Koning, who's soldiered on today, kicked it in the middle and short. How many's he had today, Short? I know he gets fed the ball because he's such a good kick, but gee, he's been amazing.
25 touches, and this will be 16 inside 50s. That could be an equal record.
Wow, over the top they go. De Koning flies again. You mean an all-time equal super-duper record?
Yeah, for inside 50 entries.
Wow. Who holds that record, Ash?
4 players by memory. Adam Simpson, Mark Rasciuto.
Yeah.
And there's 2 others.
Nice. Just knows 2 of them, Ash.
2 only.
Just the 2. There's 4 there somewhere. Here's Hewitt from half-back. Kicks wide looking for Curnow, who marks in front of Grimes. Curnow immediately with a swashbustling kick around the corner to O'Brien. He marks as well. Now a low ball inside 50 to Mackay. Trying to protect the drop. He'll get the free here, Mackay. He'll get the free. Chance to kick his 5th. Time's a ticking though. 40 seconds left. Mackay doesn't waste any time. Kicks around the corner. And it's touched off the boot.
Wow.
So a minor score there. That is touched. 11-15-81 the Tigers.
One behind. Please confirm it was touched.
And the Blues.
Review underway.
They're going to review it, JB.
Yep.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball was touched by the Richmond defender. Decision on the scoreboard.
They've been good tonight, the Arc. Quick, efficient, getting it right.
Punters must be there, is he?
Something at the change.
Josh Kelly and Dangerfield were the other 2 players, JB and BT.
Is it a record then, Ash?
Equal record as we speak, 16.
So there's 5 now.
Yep.
Broad to bring it back in as we've got 39 seconds left. High and wide. De Koning a big climb, but in front, Curvis had better hands. They can tick this clock down. 81-66. They're on a bit of a roll here, the Tigers. Trying to get into the bottom half of that top 8. The ball goes out of play with 15 seconds remaining.
So a 15-point margin here. It was 14 at three-quarter time. And despite the 3 goals from Mackay in 4 minutes, it stays at 15 points. Few seconds left in the game. 10 seconds and counting here. Baker had a bit of a fresh airy. So the Blues are going to be pulled up and they'll play Fremantle next week. The Tigers have got Geelong here at the MCG. That is win number 8 for the Tigers this year. And they win it by 15 points, 11-15-81 to Carlton 9-12-66.
See us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind it, never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tigerland. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
It's a great song, no doubt about it. Tigers have got home tonight. Going to be taking an interview or 2 courtesy of our mates at Channel 7 shortly as well, so we thank them in advance for that. I think first up maybe Tom Lynch in just a moment, but a 15-point Richmond win here tonight. Let's go downstairs and hear from Tom Lynch.
Yeah, bloody oath. Carlton Footy Club, they're playing some great footy this year, and we knew it. Took our best, and they kept coming at us, and could have gone either way in the end, so full credit to them.
How's the strength? You missed the last couple, but you're feeling all right, 100%?
Yeah, feeling good. Felt pretty slow tonight, but feel good. Feel great to be back in. No one likes watching the sidelines, but yeah, it's great to be back.
Spoke to Shorty at half-time, and your boys just played the conditions so well. So was it always that mentality of just winning the footy at the source and then surging it forward at all costs?
Yeah, we feel like we play wet weather footy pretty well. It suits our game style, sort of run and gun and get the yardage. And obviously first half things were going our way and they really come hard that last half. So it was hard fought.
6 wins out of the last 7 games. What's the most pleasing aspect to how the group is functioning at the moment?
Yeah, I think Dimmer sort of speaks about our best footies in front of us. I think we still can improve. We've still got things to work on, but there's been great growth throughout the year. Like Gibcus feels like he's been here for 5 years. He's been 6 months or whatever he's been here. So there's been great growth in the group, and we want to keep pushing on.
What about from a forward line perspective? Obviously, you stand down there with your partner in crime in Jack Riewoldt, but when you know that you've got guys like Shea Bolton and how exciting he is at your feet, but also Juddy Clark coming in and playing a role, it must be really nice to know that you guys are sharing the load down there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Jack asked me the other day, is this the best forward line you played in? I think so. It's obviously pretty exciting, and Dustin just adds to that mix clearly.
Certainly does. A very dominant forward line indeed, but congratulations. Go and enjoy with the boys.
Thanks, Abby. Cheers.
Tigers have got home tonight over the Blues by 15 points, 11-15-81 to 9-12-66. We're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, going back down into the rooms, we'll hear the song for all the Tiger fans out there from McDonald's and Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Where did you get your finger stuck? Have you ever got yours stuck? My grandfather had a half a finger, and he always used to tell me that it's because the hole in the wall that was in his outdoor toilet, there was a spider in there that bit his finger off once. You tried doing a poo out in that toilet. Oh, no. When you're 8. Yeah. Which was super awkward because I was 42 at the time.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Steady, hot and strong.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
If you want a phone with everything, like a magic eraser that makes you the star of every photo, an all-day adaptive battery that learns your favourite apps, and the ability to translate chats and texts live, if that sounds like you, then you want the all-new Google Pixel 6. From $999 at the Google Store, also available at JB Hi-Fi and Telstra. Google Pixel 6. For all you are. Magic Eraser may not work on all image elements. Actual battery life may be lower. Live Translate not available in all languages or on all media or apps.
Be ready to tackle life with Bupa. Get up to 8 weeks free when you join on eligible products. Plus, they'll waive the 2 and 6 month waiting periods on extras. Why wait? Search Bupa 8 weeks free.
Terms and conditions apply.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to rock.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
With DAB Plus digital radio, integrated voice command, Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay as standard across the range, crank up the music and rock on in the powerful 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max. Hurry to your local Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Total Tools Richmond grand opening event is on today. It's our 100th store and we're going big. You won't want to miss this massive celebration event. Spend over $250 and get up to 20% of your purchase value back in free tools. Score up to $1,000 in free tools. Plus giveaways, bonuses, demos, free food and drinks and so much more. Total Tools Richmond grand opening on today. 143 to 153 Palmer Street. 1 street over from Bridge Road, Richmond. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade, guaranteed.
Sail away this spring with Spirit of Tasmania. Stretch out under star-filled skies and unwind as you wander. Book online. Be a spirited traveller.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Naturally, my first love is beautiful National Floor Tiles. But I must say, this all-new hybrid flooring we have at National Tiles runs a very close second. At National Tiles, prices on hybrid flooring are just incredible. As an example, we've got circa $40 hybrid flooring at just $29.95, every day of the year. That's a massive saving of 25%. So rush into National Tiles now and save.
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
Tigers have won by 15 points over the Blues here tonight in front of 50,741 people here. This is the Triple M Review from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Shortly we have got the Triple M MP votes for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au, the best and fairest when it comes to home loans. I think Days is doing the votes for that. Let's get downstairs. Jay-Z, they're coming towards you down in the Richmond rooms, Jay-Z.
Yes, Brian, excitedly waiting for these Tigers. You're right, they're on a roll after a 15-point win over Carlton. Are they coming good at the right time of the season? Blockbuster awaits against the Cats next Saturday, 4:35, the MCG. And then a softer draw for the Tigers, so the opportunity is there. They slip into 8th spot, only 4 points behind 4th. And Damien Hardwick just might be tuning up his Tigers for a nice old assault at a premiership come the pointy end of the season. Can't help but think of big stories in Carlton, though, out of tonight with some of those injuries. Jack Martin, lower leg injury. Sam Durden in his first game, left knee injury. What are they going to do with that backline? Liam Jones out. Mitch McGovern goes down. Caleb Marchbank is out. Leaves Lockie Plowman and Lewis Young holding the fort in that Carlton backline. Michael Voss certainly has some headaches over the next month or so. But the Richmond boys look very happy. Nick Vlosten getting around his teammates, tapping him on the backside. Toby Nankervis rucked manfully, did it solo without his teammate Ivan Soldo tonight in the wet. It was outstanding. Jack Rewalt very happy. Dylan Grimes outstanding again. And here comes the Tigers, boys.
Thank you, Jay-Z. Take the rest of the night off. The Triple M MVP Award, homeloans.com.au. Days, what have we got?
Yeah, I've given one vote to Sam Doherty. I thought he was fantastic across half-back. 748 metres gained, 4 intercept marks, 9 intercept possessions from his 31 disposals. 2 votes to the human meatball, Dion Prestia. 33 disposals, 19 contested possessions, 13 clearances. And Jaden Short with his 25 disposals, 16 inside 50s, 989 metres gained. I thought was the best man on the ground.
Very good, Days. Well done. The Maccas I'm loving at the moment. Tonight, 15 minutes into the last quarter, this happened.
Lambert, beautiful look away handball, gets to Baker. Inside 50, Lynch has got a bit of room to move. Bolton's here, magnificent pickup. Oh no! He showed the ball to Doherty! He said, have a look at the yellow, Sharon, because you're not getting anywhere near me.
Come and get me if you can.
That is arrogance at its best, and a goal to Bolton.
The Backers moment. Thanks, Days. Thanks, Kate. Well done. Ash, good night. Jay-Z, just an insatiable thirst for anything footy. And JB, good night to you. And from me, thank you. And we'll catch you later. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water.
The Triple M